What is up, everybody? You are back in here with the Pro Football Pod live show, live episode. It is draft night. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. We've made it. We've done it. We're here. We're here. Are you guys as pumped for this as I am?
So
Austin,
pumped.
I know you just jumped in here right at the deadline, buddy. I appreciate it. Right at 8 o'clock. You are
Yeah, Justin, mute your
on
stream.
point.
You know how we rocking, baby. Come on now. We stay on time.
Mute my stream. Mute my mic.
You're good now.
Okay. What happened?
I could hear there was like a double. I could hear the music.
Echo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, hey, we're in here. We're diving in. Chicago's on the clock right now. Round one, pick one. Everybody knows what's coming. It's Caleb Williams. So really, we've kind of got a little bit of time to work with here. They've got 10 minutes on the clock, and we're going to see what's going to pop off right here for them.
Oh my God.
What?
I still hear it.
Hear what? The music?
No, I hear like everything you're saying twice. Like, do you have
think that's
YouTube?
you. I don't.
Do you have your YouTube running and not muted?
I hear Justin just fine.
I see it. All right, we should be good now. We're here. We're figuring out those technical difficulties with very few viewers, so that's good to know. I'm super pumped for this. I think that this is going to be a hell of a draft night. I think we're going to see a lot of trades happening tonight. That's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, is all the trades.
The rumors coming through are we're expecting almost could be double-digit trades tonight, whether teams moving down, teams moving up. The Eagles are reportedly getting aggressive. We've got Washington's wanting to move back into the first round, which has been reported now for a couple weeks.
JJ's going 2 overall.
It's gonna get insane, bro. Like, I'm hoping for just complete chaos. Now, I think once we get out of the top 10, top 15, it's not gonna be near as chaotic or as drama filled.
Slow down a little bit.
That's typically how these drafts work. Like, any team moving into the top 10, like, that's gonna absolutely just add sparks to the draft because they're obviously coming up for what is potentially a superstar.
I think that after pick 20, I don't really have any idea what's going to happen. Like, before pick 20, I have a good idea of what teams are going to take what and like who's going to go where and just kind of in general what's happening. After that, it's just like total shit show. Who knows what's going to be available? It only takes one guy going earlier than we thought to throw everything into whack.
Yeah, and there's been reports now of a couple guys that were, for all intents and purposes, going by rankings on all these mock draft simulators that were, more late second, early third round ranks. But there's rumors these guys might go in the first just because of the way they connect with teams and the way they fit, scheme fit wise. Like, Keon Coleman's name's been popping up a lot here lately, and I know you guys are all about some Keon Coleman.
Yes. I know we've been having a lot of discussions about Ladd McConkey, but he's another one that could potentially sneak in at the very, very end. Or he could be an early pick for the Panthers at the beginning of round 2. Xavier Worthy, a lot of people are expecting him to go in the first. The amount of mock drafts I've seen of the Dolphins taking Xavier Worthy because he's a fast receiver is unreal. I don't think that happens. I think that's the stupidest pick we could possibly make. We already have 2 Xavier Worthys, but better and more established in the league.
I've seen the argument out there of Tyreek's maybe got 1 or 2 years left on his deal. We haven't restructured him, which was kind of the thought in this offseason, was that we were going to restructure Tyreek to open up some cap space for us. With the Dolphins not restructuring him, and with the years left on his deal, a guy like Xavier Worthy, who is only 20 years old right now, is a great player to groom for Tyreek's position.
Tyreek was taken in the 6th round.
I do understand that. So when you're looking into the short term of this season and next season, yes, we're screaming offensive line. Okay, we can understand defensive interior or an edge. Like, okay, got it. But big brain looking down the line, you are looking for guys that are going to be legit playmakers for you when your other playmakers leave. And we've seen in Miami, they do not retain their talent. Their talent, for the most part, leaves before their second contract.
Because they end up getting a way better deal.
What is to say Waddle will be in Miami for a second contract?
Agreed.
As much as I hate to say that, and I hope the tide is changing with Waddle, Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland, Tua, like that whole class of guys there, that's your core to build around. So I'm hoping that's the route they're trying to take there.
Agreed, Sut. Fatu Finn would make me very happy.
I need it. I want it.
If Graham Barton's there, I want him over him. You've sold me on him so much, Justin. Like, I've had to reevaluate this guy, and everybody has him as a guard center. Because I think that tackle's not our biggest need. But that's kind of Fontenot as well.
You need insurance for Armstead, and, you're hoping Austin Jackson's, production and his development continues like it did last season. But you need the insurance at tackle. So that's why, for me, like Graham Barton or a Fatanu, they give you that insurance for Armstead as well as a starting guard potential, a la what Laramie Tunsil did his rookie season. The Dolphins had Brandon Albert at left tackle, so they started Laramie Tunsil at left guard right next to him, learn right next to him, and shift right over whenever it's your time.
The thing that upsets me is how many games Jalen Waddle has gotten hurt in the middle of the game, and he still will finish the game, but like the amount of time that he's missed and the drives that he's missed, and then Penei Sewell getting the massive contract that he just got because he's literally one of the best young offensive tackles in the league. Like, that just upsets me so much. So I really hope that we don't draft on flash this year. We've got a lot of flash on our team. We have potentially one of the best running games in football. We need to build around that. That's what it's all about for me specifically.
Eminem on the stage for the draft. You love to see that.
Yep.
You'd love to see that. Hey, we're
Motor
early
City.
in this. We still haven't even announced that the Bears are on the clock yet. I'm going to run get a drink for the people real quick so I don't get all cotton mouth on you. I'll be right back.
Ooh, they got Barry walking out too.
If Eminem's on stage, that means the Lions are trading up for the #1 overall pick for J.J. McCarthy.
Not happening. They got Jared Goff on stage too. And Hutch.
What the fuck? Why is Jared Goff up there? What are they all doing? Are they showing all the teams?
Yeah, no, it's literally... Are you not watching?
No, I am. I'm trying to understand what that is.
It's Amon-Ra and Hutch, and it's
I
they're
know who
in
these people
Detroit,
are.
bro. They're in Detroit.
Oh, true. So they're
Yeah.
taking over the house.
Yeah, it's their home. This is basically everybody that matters in Detroit history except for Henry Ford himself.
Don't ever try to name those people to me. It was so disrespectful.
For sure. I mean, it says right behind him, NFL Draft 2024, Detroit. I felt like that was like a known thing. I thought you knew it was in the Motor City. They got Barry up there. The Barry is the shortest man on that stage. He's shorter than Eminem. That's hilarious. God, such a high-class individual. So, I mean, what are we thinking? First overall pick? I mean, it's a pretty big question mark. Bears are on the clock. What are we thinking they're doing? God, everyone hates Goodell. I love him getting booed every year. All right. Bears are on the clock. Fastest first overall pick in history. Let's get it started. There are 14 potential trade ups. 10 minutes per pick. Lots of time.
I love you. Hey, if they give you any kind of trouble, text me. And we're back.
So,
Roger Goodell just going to spend all night on the stage here? Like, good grief. I legit hoped let me go get a drink. I'll come back. Bears will be on the clock. We'll get this baby rolling. Nothing.
So they're talking about how last year the Panthers got the number 1 overall pick and the Bears got DJ Moore and the number 1 overall pick and a bunch of other stuff. So I think that we know who won that trade.
Clearly. Now, we do, but in retrospect now, after seeing the rookie season that he had, would the Bears been better off just staying at 1 and taking CJ Stroud? Because then you're comparing CJ Stroud to Caleb Williams. Who would you rather have?
Caleb Williams.
Really?
Dude, he's...
Now,
everybody's saying...
Well, now I understand we're looking at the prospects, both of them coming out of college, which at that time I would probably agree with you. Because I had Bryce over CJ. But let me say it this way with what you saw out of CJ his rookie season versus
what we expect.
Caleb. Yeah, Caleb. So you still go Caleb?
I mean, okay. So with that information, like it's easier to say Stroud. But
obviously hindsight's 2020.
As a prospect is the best prospect we've had in 10 years, including last year's draft. Like easily. He's honestly the best.
Andrew Luck drafted?
I was gonna say he's the best prospect since Andrew Luck.
That's what I was gonna say. And that's where I don't even know either, because Trevor Lawrence was highly touted as like the greatest guy to walk this earth.
And he had the size
and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like he had the hair like Jesus and the skin tone of Andrew Luck. Like that's what we got with Trevor Lawrence, and he just hasn't lived up to the billing.
Caleb just seems so smart to me, which is why CJ was so good. But I think that Caleb is going to benefit from watching CJ Stroud as a pro and knowing this is the way to be a pro. This is what you got to do.
This is the way.
This is the
All
way.
right, so the Bears are officially on the clock now. We're going to see what happens here. Let's see if any sparks fly early. What do you guys think?
I can't believe they still haven't
picked a curveball?
It's been 3 minutes. Like, come on, guys. You've
the
had
ultimate curveball and the ultimate way to prove that NFL is absolutely king would be for the Bears to just take like Drake May here.
Oh my God.
And just say, yeah, we took a North Carolina quarterback before and kind of messed that up. Let's see if we can do it again this time. He also wore number 10.
Yeah, in the same draft that Patrick Mahomes came out, they took a North Carolina quarterback number 2.
And Deshaun Watson there. And you wonder, I mean, I don't know if Chicago has the massage parlors that Houston does, so maybe Deshaun never gets in trouble.
Of the 4 teams that are expected to take a quarterback early, not including the Giants, if Minnesota is able to jump the Giants, of those 4 teams, I think that the Bears have the second best situation and the Vikings have the first. The other 2 quarterbacks that get taken are going to be in a much tougher situation to succeed right away, but they should still be able to succeed in some way.
Is able to jump the jump.
I agree. And the way they've set it up now with getting Keenan Allen and potentially, if one of these receivers fall to him at 9, I personally, because they only have 4 draft picks total, I would trade back from 9 if one of those top 3 are not there.
Agreed. Roma Dunze doesn't make them that much better right now.
But they do have need at pass rusher, defensive interior, and offensive line.
Which I think the pass rusher, if there hasn't been one taken off the board yet, I would go there. And honestly, if only one's been taken, and either Dallas Turner or Latu are there at 9, I think I might be pulling the trigger on that and do exactly what Houston did last year. What really made their team so good is they got 2 leaders.
You get your cornerstone on offense and defense
at the same
draft.
time. There you go.
I would go there. And honestly, if only
I'm hearing myself talking.
No, yeah, you're good. I'm muting stuff in the background here.
Okay.
You're okay. Don't panic. Coach is like, no.
They're already done talking about Caleb, and they're starting to talk about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's talked about Caleb literally all off season, and what more is there to say at this point?
I'm really afraid that
don't
Washington's
want them.
gonna fuck this up, and that they're gonna take Drake May number 2. Like I'm so scared for them. Austin, I'll say this, okay? If
you gonna
JJ
say?
does anything close to what Stroud did last year,
That's his comp.
then I will forever listen to you whenever it comes to quarterbacks. But if he doesn't, then we
You
are.
already didn't listen to me whenever it came to Herbert, my guy.
Herbert is garbage, bro. He had Keenan Allen his entire career. Let's see what he does
I told
now
you Keenan Allen.
that he has nothing.
So the barometer you're setting for JJ is a 63.9, so we'll say 64% completion percentage, over 4,000 yards, 23 touchdowns to 5 interceptions with a 100.1 or 101
Accuracy,
quarterback rating.
Playmaking.
If he does that, then I will always listen to Austin's take on quarterbacks.
Austin will be our quarterback guru, and I will
If-
never speak on another quarterback for the
Ever
rest of my
again.
life.
Thank you.
But if
Thank
that
you.
doesn't happen,
For the
And
rest of
Caleb
my
Williams
life,
is a
bro.
bust.
if JJ ends up being what everyone thinks JJ is, which is
Should have been
the
first
best,
overall.
the best game manager
He's a champion.
in the draft.
Hasn't lost a game in football in the college career. Come on now.
That's not true. He lost in
He
the
lost,
national
like,
championship.
a couple.
He
No, I know
lost the
a couple,
biggest game.
but like
He lost what 3 games in
yeah.
college, or no,
few.
I think it's
Kid,
But
how
he
many
was on
games
the
is it?
in
best
college
team,
and 1 game
dog.
in high school or something like that.
I
The
feel
guy
that.
has only lost like 3 or 4 games as a starter since high school. So I like
Now,
the guy is
where
a
has
winner.
Caleb Williams taken his team?
I mean, dude, he doesn't have a team behind him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can't do that.
Oh, he didn't have
though.
a team. He didn't have Brandon Rice.
Yeah, a guy projected to
Rice's
go in the
son.
third or
He
fourth
doesn't
round.
have the offensive
That's
line.
beautiful. That's where
that Michigan
Jefferson
has.
goes. That's
He
where
doesn't have
Justin
the
Jefferson is
defense.
drafted.
I was about
He
to
had
say,
no
yeah.
defense.
Like, are we can we look at USC's trenches?
There's none of them be getting drafted by us. We didn't draft a single USC offensive lineman
Solomon
in our
Byrd
7th-round
is their
box.
edge, and we were taking him in the 7th round.
Yes.
So
Like-
please tell me what help he had there. He had no help, nothing.
telling you, man, you don't want to. You don't
That's
want your
why-
quarterback painting his
that's
nails.
why-
Bears
like I
pick is
said-
in.
That's why, like I said, all of his plays look
Caleb
like he's trying to make the magical play, but I legit think he had to. Like, I think if he has help and he has an actual line, he'll be able to just sit there and dot it up. That's why he did that in his pro
people
day.
play
He
better under
didn't.
pressure.
He didn't have one throw on the run in his pro day. Everything was statuesque, stand in the pocket, just to prove he could do it. The pick is in. It's Caleb Williams. What
Big
a
shocker.
shocker. Huge shocker.
Yo,
We
that
weren't ready
hat's
for
pretty
that.
fresh, though. I like that hat.
Justin's. I know that thing's fresh. as
No,
fuck.
no, the one that Caleb's wearing, the Bears hat, like the graphite one, like that you have. I like that, like the background of the bear. It looks nice, bro.
The graphite is sick, bro. They did a great job with the draft hats this year.
Yeah,
Haven't copped one yet,
Crispy.
but they did a great job.
yeah, I copped myself one.
Why aren't you putting it on?
Because it doesn't get here till Monday. There was like some special deal where like if you click right here, then they're gonna send it to me in 3 days. And then as I was checking out, they were like, "Oh, for $10 more, we'll send it to you in 3 days." And I was like, "No, I'm good. I got the deal." But then the deal didn't work. It didn't work.
More deals.
So it shows up on Monday. So on next week's podcast, I'll be rocking the graphite, probably for all future podcasts for a little while, because that hat is fresh. Bears are all applauding themselves. Look, we did it. We did it, guys. Look at us go.
No one saw it coming.
Nobody saw that coming. Every single mock we did had the Bears taking Caleb. We didn't change that on any of them.
Taken someone else because they could have gotten so much money if they
listen.
bet on
What
themselves.
I'm gonna say is we were about 3 or 4 weeks from the end of the season, and I was legit terrified the Patriots were gonna end up with the number 1 pick. Did not want that to happen.
Terrified.
Did not want that to happen. So the Panthers,
they might still end up with JJ.
Well, that's where you guys are messing up. This whole time we've been talking like, Caleb is not. He's not the guy. The true guy is Drake May, and that's who's going to be falling to the Patriots. And you guys are going to be fucked.
So the thing that I'm happy about with Drake May going there is that they have nothing. He's going to be in a worse situation than what he played in last year.
You're lucky
whenever he
for
goes to, thank you. So lucky. So for them just staying put and taking a quarterback,
just, hold them.
That's going to help us out a lot. If Jaden Daniels goes to the Patriots, we're going to have to deal with that shit for the next 5 years, and they're going to build a team around him. Like, we know that's what
happening. I'm saying with Drake May, though. Like, honestly, I like Drake May over Caleb and Jaden Daniels.
I think Drake May is a solid-ass quarterback.
JJ, Drake, Jaden, Caleb. That's it right there, baby.
That's tough, baby. That's tough right
there.
I
know, and it's backwards thinking, it looks like, but like that's the proper way to go about it.
We'll see. Again, man.
Listen,
I don't want you to keep
Last year with Stroud was like, okay, like let me listen to you. It's so hard for me to listen to the JJ take because of the Michigan stuff.
Exactly. If he didn't play for Michigan,
a big Michigan
if he played for Ohio State, then I'd be like, oh shit.
Exactly.
I was preaching that stuff last year, and like y'all were still like y'all didn't know about Michigan. Y'all aren't on that Michigan ride with me.
We knew who Michigan was good as fuck.
Year, no, but you weren't talking about them like.
And I knew JJ was their quarterback, but
but you weren't.
Nobody was talking about JJ as a top 5 quarterback at this point last year. Like what's happening now?
As soon as the season ended, you guys were saying JJ's not even a first-round pick. And I was saying, you guys are crazy.
I didn't think he was. I hadn't watched much film on him.
And that's all.
And then I told you after I went back and watched the tape, he jumped Penix and Nix for me.
Y'all gave him his respect. But
so
I was
he's
right
a
away
solid
out the gun.
number 4.
It was the evaluation process for JJ.
That's exactly where he's positioned for me. Like there are clearly the top 3 above him, and then there's JJ.
What I hate is seeing them say he's a Zach Wilson 2.0. Like,
I hate that. No. I hate that. The thing that hurts JJ the most,
I don't even know where that comes from,
is how good Michigan is. If Michigan didn't have all those pieces surrounding him, if he had to struggle a little bit and he had to come from behind in a bunch of games,
always had those pieces. I agree. That's what it is.
Well, like, since Harbaugh's been there,
every year
they've built a
had pieces.
Great program. So like. If
Alabama
they fail,
like all these teams.
If the Chargers fail over the next 3 years and Harbaugh gets fired, he's gonna pull a Nick Saban, go right back to college, and just start winning championships, and without anybody like talking any shit.
True.
All right.
Go right back to Michigan.
Right back.
They're doing a good job right now.
The pick is in, boys. The pick is in.
I'm not seeing anything getting tweeted out here early.
Trade back because it's too much pressure for him in this first 5 picks. Like a new coach like that in the NFL. I know he's not new, he's coming back, but like it's just like he wants to really build his team. I think getting a couple picks later in the first is better than having that first overall.
I agree. I think that what'll happen is Marvin Harrison will go
forward. Do y'all want the answer before the pick's announced?
No. Let's wait for it to get announced on television.
Let me say, not too shocked about it.
Not too shocked? Okay.
Not too shocked. Let me get it. I love it.
Queued up. I mean, look at these grades. Heisman winner, 6'4", 210 pounds, senior. Played every game for the last 3 years.
Do y'all see that
40 touchdowns
Jaden
with
Daniels,
4 interceptions this past year? That's nuts.
He won the Heisman for a reason.
Yes.
Like Jaden Daniels absolutely went off.
Now,
And somebody
Listen.
I don't know why I've never thought of this comp for Jaden Daniels, and it made complete sense once I saw it. It said the comp was, if you loved RG3 coming out of college, there's no reason you shouldn't love Jaden Daniels, except Jaden Daniels doesn't take as many reckless hits as RG3 took.
he's
Now,
also a little
you're
bit
hoping
smaller
he
built.
you do hope he puts some more, mass on his body, which it does look like so far this offseason he started to put a little bit on.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all saw it. He was talking with Cam Newton on the red carpet there before the draft, and the size difference, which I know Cam is huge, but the size difference was
Jaden's small,
glaring.
man.
all right,
Watch
it's
him
official.
get down.
Jaden Daniels goes 2 overall.
Jaden
Washington
Daniels.
Commanders just got way better.
Good job. Good for them.
I mean, they've already got a decent
So-
receiving core. They've got a running back. They do need to build out a little bit more of an offensive line. And their defense was good last year with Riverboat Run running it. So,
But can we talk about the Top Golf? Like, how did they bring him there and evaluate him? And the 2 best golfers were JJ and then Drake May.
I mean, if
Like,
they
how do
were
you pick this guy
evaluating
out of
a
that?
player to play golf for them,
If you
then I
see
think
then
he's
why
a
would you
JJ.
bring him to play golf?
If you see Jaden's willingness to try and still do it and be competitive with it and still give effort
I
and
don't know, man. If
110
he was hitting
and
like your
stuff,
brother
I mean,
Kyle, man.
well, yeah, I'm not,
there.
I'm not taking Kyle to go play Top Golf unless I want a good laugh. But
Hey,
I
I'll
mean-
just say, I've never seen anybody be able to hit the ball in a straight vertical 90-degree angle straight up as many times in a row as I have. There's no way Kyle's worse than me at Top Golf. I'm just saying. Like, literally
work
4
on
or
that
5
pace.
times in a row, straight up. Like, I caught the ball because it
there's
didn't
a reason.
leave the
There's a
platform.
reason Kyle prefers disc golf over golf.
All right, so Jaden Daniels is in. Patriots are on the clock. I don't think the Patriots are trading this pick. We've gone back and forth. We've
they're
debated
going
this a
Drake
bunch
May.
of times.
This
I think that they're
is-
going Drake May. They're going to build
Yeah.
around their quarterback over the next couple of years. They got 4 years to be good. So let's start right now.
All sources and rumors today have said that like nobody at this point expects the Patriots to trade out. With Drake May being there, that's the guy they want, and that's the guy they're going to roll with. I mean, he's been comped to Josh Allen, and Josh Allen has kind of dominated them here
I
recently.
mean,
so
in his opinion, Josh Allen is the best running quarterback of all time. So, I'm sure. God, what an idiot,
Now,
man! I
for
can't
me,
believe he said that. Those
this
words
is
out
where
loud.
the draft really is going to start, though. Here at number, if they do go May, it's interesting to see. Like, do the Cardinals stay put at 4, or
do
does
they
Marvin
get 3
Harrison?
picks in the first round?
And yeah, like, do the Vikings? But see, the more and more I'm thinking about it, though, I think it's so rich giving up 11 and 23 to panic and come up for JJ McCarthy. Like,
Yeah.
I would
they
rather
can sit
wait.
at 11 and he might fall right to him.
You could sit at
Oh, he's
11.
not.
He might
He's not. Someone
might
else is
fall
gonna
to you,
jump him.
or you could trade up to 7
5.
or 8.
I think they
7,
trade up to
8,
5 or
9.
6. Or well, that's the problem is that everyone's saying the Giants are gonna take JJ.
The
if he's
Giants
there at
wanted
6.
Drake May. I don't know
Yeah.
if they feel that way about JJ. I think that one might be a lot of smoke. If the Giants take JJ, I feel like that is them just saying, "My God, give us any quarterback other than Danny Dimes.
I mean, you're getting one of the
We'll
top
take
5.
any of them."
I'm pretty sure that that's what their perspective is. Is anybody over Dimes is good for them.
Straight up.
Hey boys,
Dude, what is
we
up with
did
his
it.
wide eyes?
We did it. 100 subscribers on the channel. 1/5 of the way there. If you're listening right now and you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because at 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a jersey to one of our beautiful, beautiful subscribers. So thank you for the support, everybody. Can't believe it. Patriots pick is in. That was way faster than the first 2 picks.
And the pick is Drake May.
Dude, come on, man. Spoiler alert. You're supposed to at least say spoilers.
Sorry, the only spoiler would have been if they were trading out of this pick. Like, that would have been the spoiler. Like, there is no spoiler here with it. Drake May. Quarterback 1, 2, 3. Drake May to the AFC East to take on Tua, Josh Allen, and Aaron Rodgers for the time being. Hey, I like it. I'm not mad at it. Like you said, this year it's not necessarily scary, but the draft's not over. We could see how the Patriots can continue the build. There's still free agents out there to continue to build with. Jarvis Landry's basically begging for a job at this point. Like, I mean, a roster can still be constructed. Also, with Jacoby Brissett, I don't know if they rush Drake May.
Agreed completely. I think that they have time to give him time. I think it's the same thing with getting Zach Wilson. I know that he hasn't had a great career and he's very, very shit in most people's eyes, but I think that the Broncos taking a quarterback right now means that they can compete against Zach in training camp, but they don't have to start week 1. They can let Zach take the brunt of all the media hate and all of that and let this guy build up and then build his confidence up a bit and then put him out there whenever he's ready to go. I think it's going to be funny whenever the actual draft grade that we get from PFF after completing this draft is going to be worse than the draft grades that we got for all of the drafts that we did across all these teams.
Like, if it's a perfect A+.
I don't think it will be. I think it'll end up being a worse grade. I think it'll end up being like a B-, or like a C+, which will be funny to me.
We'll see.
I'll laugh.
So far, it's going pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's exactly. Picks in, Roger's on the stage. Come on, Roger.
Well, the pick was already in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
Roger's on the stage.
Yeah, Roger hasn't officially announced it.
Drake May. Let's pull it off the board. Drake May is gone. Wow. All right, so Cardinals take JJ, number 4 overall. Let's ride.
Wow, just
what?
Cardinals taking JJ. Just Kyler out the door. Go play some more Call of Duty.
Yeah, there you go.
Warzone is calling you, buddy.
Or the MLB. You forget about that.
Yeah, I guess he does have that, but I don't know if he's. I'm pretty sure he got drafted by the A's. I don't think he's trying to go play for them.
Play for right now.
I don't know if he's trying to go play for them yet.
Nah, your perspective on them's all wrong, man. They're covering every game this year so far.
He'll want to go play for them when they go to Vegas, because then he can just do his esports and baseball all in the same city.
Dude, he can just travel. I mean, because baseball's a lot of traveling, like compared to football.
Yes.
He just go from hotel to hotel, bringing his little system with him playing.
So apparently the Vikings and the Giants both offered heavily to the Patriots to move up. And Patriots declined all offers and wanted to stay put for Drake May.
Which is the smart call, man. It's what I've been preaching all offseason.
It's a quarterback league, bro. Like, it's so hard to pass on a franchise guy. Like, I've been preaching it all year. I would trade back because you have so many holes in your offense.
But in this draft
I would have traded back to 6 with the Giants if they liked JJ McCarthy enough there. And get extra picks.
When is Arch Manning coming out of the draft? That's my question. Is he coming out next year? Or do I have to wait 2 years and be the worst team in the league for 2 years to get a chance at Arch Manning? Because that's the only prospect that I'm excited about that's in college football right now. And it's not like he's the only quarterback that's exciting.
Arch Manning's not draft eligible until 2026. So we have 2 years until he's draft eligible.
So that's rough. That's very rough.
Arch has still got Quinn Ewers there, and Quinn Ewers is going to be a top quarterback in the draft next year, projected as of right now. And so you're looking at maybe 2026. That's after a year of starting at Texas under his belt.
Yeah.
Like, so he very well may be the 2027 class.
So you haven't seen anything about any trades happening yet? No Twitter trades?
Nothing yet. I'm all over these Twitter streets right now looking for it, searching for it.
That little area where the trade's going to be happening. Like, that's like the whole reason you can't even make bets is because you don't know if they're going to trade out of there or not on this 4 or 5 position. That's 6, 7.
I don't
right
think
now-
they do. I think they
Right
take
now,
Marvin.
everything I'm seeing says
They
that the
should.
Cardinals are not expected to trade out here. They're also expected to stay put, and the projected pick would be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Because
then
if the
the
Cardinals
Chargers
trade
get to
out and
trade
someone
out.
comes and gets JJ, then
And the Chargers
Marvin goes
might
to the
not trade
Chargers.
out. Like, that's what
Like,
I'm saying. Everything
if
I've been
Marvin
hearing
Harrison goes to the
today,
Chargers, that's
which
nuts.
Bill Belichick himself has said, everything until 24 hours before the draft is complete smoke. He was like, if you start hearing heavy rumors 24 hours before the draft, they very well may be true. And everything that I've been seeing today has been saying that JJ very well may just fall to 11, or they might have to trade up to like 8 with the Falcons to get him. So I don't know if the Chargers do trade out. I think Harbaugh
makes so much
says, I
sense
like
for them
this
too.
guy. It does, but you're
Pick us
also
in.
talking about Jim Harbaugh, like the biggest guy, like, I don't care. I do what I want to.
So we know that they're going to take Marvin Harrison right now. I think it's a huge mistake.
MHJ.
I think Malik Neighbors is the best wide receiver in this class. He does all the things the wide receiver needs to do better than Marvin Harrison, except for being 6'4". That's the only thing that's the knock on his game. But
What is he, 6'2"?
I think he's
6'1"?
6'1", 6'2", which we've talked about this a lot, Austin. All the best receivers right now are 6'1", 6'2". You don't need to be Mike
Stat-wise,
Williams
like,
highs.
That's the
Yes.
premier.
That's it. You need agility, you need route running, you need all the speed, and he's got all that shit.
There's like no tall receivers that have.
And look at how damn
done
fresh he looks, man. Malik is just
Consistently,
stunting out there. Oh,
Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like he's going to be the pick at number 4, like we
Why
have
is that?
expected.
yeah. This has been the most boring draft for the first 4 picks.
And
Yeah, this is what we
so far,
expected, though.
but see, and like I said, I understand like having Malik over Marvin. I'm pretty sure I had Malik over Marvin with you whenever we did our rankings.
We both did, yeah.
But I do understand, like, Marvin is a
He's got the
generational
pedigree.
talent.
He's the pedigree. You
Like,
know
it's
how
not
good
only
he's going
the
to be.
pedigree,
It's not a
but it's
question.
also with his athleticism, his IQ, his just possession
it's literally
catching
just the
ability,
name
like
is
everything
what's boosting him
that
over.
he can do on the field for you. That's what NFL teams have looked for throughout history.
I mean,
Like
he's-
his
he's-
size, his playmaking ability. I understand
hands
it.
are elite.
I understand it.
Elite hands,
Especially
like, he's gonna
for a
snatch and
quarterback
grab
like
that ball
Kyler.
wherever you throw it.
We've seen Kyler with Hollywood Brown and
Yeah.
like these smaller statured wide receivers. What was Kyler able to do with D-Hop?
Yeah.
A possession
Straight
wide
up,
receiver
straight
that
up.
wasn't necessarily a burner. Like, I get
the
it.
Cardinals just got a lot better. Like that's a total. I agree with everything there. They did just get a lot
Everyone
better,
looked afraid.
but I think
they
Marvin
still
Harrison.
have pick 27.
Marvin Harrison
still got another
is
one.
going to do so much.
You can't say he
for,
doesn't look like a
or Malik
superstar,
Neighbors
though.
is going to do so much for whatever team he plays for.
Like you can't say this is a bad pick at all.
All right,
It's
so-
it's like
that's not what I'm
1A,
saying.
1A,
Now,
AB.
hypotheticals here. You've got Marvin Harrison Jr. and a Malik Neighbors. Say Malik goes to the Giants with Daniel Jones. Which one are you taking in a dynasty draft? Because I'm taking Marvin.
I'm taking Marvin
100%.
because of the situation that they're in.
Exactly.
Now, it's hard to say that
Talent's
because
there.
I think that there's going to be a new quarterback in the New York very soon if
Yeah,
they
but is
take a
that
wide
rookie-
receiver right now.
Is that rookie going to come in and immediately
I don't even mean
just
a rookie necessarily. I mean, they might get, there's a lot
Dak.
of, yeah, that would be huge.
I mean, Dak's under contract for this year. They've done nothing to restructure it or anything like that. I mean,
I think
Dak.
Malik is as good as Jamar Chase is,
Dak
right?
would go to the
And that's
Cowboys
my whole
rather
thing.
than Giants?
Is would I rather have Jamar Chase or not have Jamar Chase? I'd rather have Jamar Chase. Like Jamar Chase, I think makes Joe Burrow a little bit of who he is. Joe Burrow's great. I'm not trying to give him like any shit, but he's had, except for that first year where he got hurt, he's had Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase is a dog. I want a dog. I want the dog. Like, and if
So you saying Marvin got that dog in him?
Little.
They're legitimately
Little-
showing
little
tape
bit of
on
dumb.
Marvin Harrison
Bro.
Sr. right now.
Listen.
First time
The
I've ever
clip-
seen that.
I saw a clip today with Marvin Harrison, and they interviewed him, and they asked him, what's one advice that you wish you would have gotten, or that you would give your son now, as far as like whether on the field, off the field, and he was like, don't be afraid to ask for the damn ball.
Yeah.
He was like, you better believe if I finished a game with 5 catches for 75 yards and we lost, he was like, you're hearing it from me for about 30 minutes to an hour about why that's bullshit and why it needs to change.
Yeah.
And he was like, and
That's why the
like,
man had 144 receptions with like 1,700 yards.
Marvin Harrison was a dog, bro. Don't get caught in an alley with
Before
him.
anybody else ever did it. Like, the man had the most receptions ever before anybody. Here we go.
When I think route running, my brain will always go to Marvin Harrison. Always. And route running is one of the most underrated aspects of
Absolutely.
a wide receiver's game in the NFL.
All of the best right now are technicians at route running. All the best. Every single one of them. Even Tyreek. As much
They
as
study
people...
basketball moves to
Yes.
get crossovers and stuff off the line and stuff. Like it... Yeah, like the ability to get off the line, break a guy down.
The Chargers are
create
listening.
Separation off one step, just cutting to the outside, and you gain a yard or two on a guy because you're just that crisp. Like, I'll take route running over elite speed all day. Now, when you have a guy like Tyreek, who has polished his route running with his elite speed, that's just deadly. But not all these top speed guys have the route running that you're looking for. All right, so we've got Chargers on the clock now.
They still have 4 minutes. They only
check
have
these
4
Twitter
minutes
streaks.
left. They're listening to some trade offers right now. Like, they're wheeling and dealing right now. I think we see a trade happen.
I think you're
Whenever we
correct. I
first
think they're
started
absolutely listening to some stuff right now. But
When we first
again,
started mocking, I had Joe Walt.
How much do you
it
give
seemed like a
up?
solid pick.
I
to
think
come
Joe Walt
up for
is the best
JJ.
pick for them. I think that Joe Walt's the best pick.
JC Latham, I have seen mocked to them all day today and yesterday.
Really? Over Joe Alt?
Because of he is the better run blocking guy of the two, and how
And they need a
Harbaugh
right
is
tackle.
wanting that hard nosed, and they need more of a right tackle
They got
than they
Zach
do
Moss.
So I get it, I guess, but there's no way in hell I would take JC Latham with Joe Alt still on the board. Joe Alt is Joe Thomas to me. Like, I can't do it.
Penei Sewell, like he looks like such a good prospect. And he can play the left, which right now all they need is a right tackle on the line. So I see him potentially saying, hey, I can make the right tackle we have good. And that's where trading back makes so much sense. But you guys entertain the people. I'll be right back.
So right now, the Chargers are not expected to trade number 5. They're going to stay put. They are giving us no spice today. I'm absolutely irritated with everything happening.
I think they should definitely take Malik Neighbors here.
Yeah. They have no wide receivers that I like on their roster. No wide receivers. And so with their offensive line, like maybe Harbaugh came in and just fell in love with Trey Pipkins and was just like, this Pipkins guy, let me tell you about this Pipkins guy. And he wants to keep him, and he's not necessarily worried about it. Like,
Your NFL talent.
but I really don't know. You really don't know. Maybe he saw Rome Odunze in the national championship and was like, I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, they have the highest paid,
Like,
youngest offensive line in
Harbaugh
football.
You cannot read
like
what Harbaugh is wanting to do here.
I feel like it's got to be a hard eye to see coming from college to the NFL. Like, it's such a transition. I said it earlier, like he's been in the NFL before, so maybe he, is just going back to them ways. But he's got a whole new team he's working with. It's interesting to see how he wants to build it from the ground up here, because he does have some pieces there.
All right, we've got nothing here.
If you had to put,
so
if
they're
you- gun to your
expected to
head
take the
right now,
pick.
Gun to your head. Who are they taking?
Right now,
Alt? Alt or Neighbors?
I think Neighbors. I think that's who they'll actually take,
I think
which
that's
will be
smart
really
pick.
good for Neighbors because he'll get Herbert.
Now
He'll have a solid
when
quarterback
you're
that's already on his
talking
second contract.
Marvin in a dynasty, when you're talking Marvin with Kyler or Neighbors with Herbert,
We know that Herbert's just going to target Neighbors over
Not even
and
a
over
question.
and over and over and over again.
that's
targets
when
a
it
game.
becomes a legit debate.
Yes.
Like,
Not even.
yeah.
Not even.
Which in a super flex, I
Well,
still
we
think
don't know how much they're going to look to actually. I think the Chargers
pick
are
is in.
going to run the ball.
If Neighbors goes to the Chargers right now, I still think in a super flex you go
Do you want the pick?
no Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors. I think, and then Drake May at 5. I think that's where you have to go in a super flex dynasty, like in your rookie draft, because those two quarterbacks are going to be so coveted in such great situations. Honestly, Drake May could go number 3 and then Marvin 4 or 5 for Neighbors. Like,
All right. Well, the pick is in, and the Chargers are set to take.
now, do you think that the Giants should be trading back to Minnesota and taking 11 and taking 23 and starting to build their team up a little bit? Because they have this very similar problem to the New England Patriots where they have a bunch of holes to fill. And they right now have a quarterback that they're paying all this money to, that if you fill him up with a bunch of assets, could be a solid guy. Like, we've all liked Danny Dimes. Last year was a very different year for him than his first 3 or 4 seasons. That's why he got paid. But let's see what happens. Pick is in. Goodell's on the board. Don't say.
Patriots and Vikings both reached out to the Chargers to gauge interest for Justin Herbert.
Oh, wow.
So, like, they tried to be like, hey, Harbaugh, you didn't really draft this
Joe
guy, and
Alt.
you're just coming in here.
Joe Alt.
Yep,
So
that
our
is correct.
first,
Joe
our
Alt is
first
the
mock,
pick.
this is exactly what we had going on. Our first mock of the season, we had this exact
Well, that was before
thing.
they got rid of Keenan Allen.
It
That
was
before they got rid of
But
him.
that's what I'm saying. We
So
had
that's
Joe
where it changed
Alt.
everything. But
we
that's
had
where
all
you
of this
definitely-
like
like third round receivers are gems in this league right now.
Straight
like
up.
That's where you get them. So
yeah, they're going to take a
that-
receiver at
that
the top of
Brendan
the
Rice?
second, right after Keon Coleman goes to the Carolina Panthers, or Troy Franklin, or whoever ends up going there at
I
33.
mean, Xavier Leggett's going to
Keon's
Carolina.
not going in the first?
Keon might go in the
He
first.
is.
Come on, guys. You've been driving the Keon train all offseason.
I don't know if everyone else
You hate,
values him as much.
on my boy Lad.
He doesn't
But
get
you're driving the
separation.
Keon train.
He doesn't get separation. That's the only knock against him. We've
Yeah,
been saying it the whole offseason.
But it's that head ball. It's that head ball catch now. Come on now.
Joe
Well, you don't
Aldo.
want to catch it on your head.
So-
you want to catch
so-
it above
No,
your
it's a
head.
thing, bro. It's a
So
saying.
the Giants have a chance of taking a
Malik
generational
Bowden.
wide receiver and totally ruining his career, or,
Or,
they can trade
or
back.
JJ McCarthy.
Or JJ
Or
McCarthy.
they just stay put and take JJ. Like, I think they go Malik or Rome here. I think they go wide receiver. Like,
Which we've
that's
said
where I would
before
go with it.
in our mocks,
and
we've
just
had them taking Rome.
Pray Daniel Jones figures it out.
We've
Like,
had him
pray
taking
he
Rome
figures it out.
specifically because they already have so many Malik Neighbors types with Wandale, Jalen Hyatt. Like, Rome Odunze gives them something they don't have. And that's what makes the most sense for them. But, man, I'd love to see them trade back right here. I'd love to see Minnesota jump up here to 6 and take their dude, and them get 11 to take potentially Brock Bowers, and then maybe even trade back again with all these defensive guys that are going to be available at 11. You know, the Saints and the Seahawks, the Jaguars, they're all going to be looking to trade up to get one of these defensive ends. They could get more assets and then take Penix or, you know, take Brian Thomas at 15. Like,
So you want them to trade back?
that's what I think the best thing for the Giants is. They have so many holes. Like, yeah.
Did we have them trading back in any mock drafts? I don't think we did.
No, we had.
I don't think we had that
them
trade
staying
back
tall
ever.
there.
I think we had him taking Rome Odunze a lot of the time. Like, almost every time.
Most of the time.
sometimes JJ.
And our reasoning was always just that Malik Neighbors already exists on their team, just not as good. Jalen Hyatt looked really good at the end of last year. I picked him up and like the end of the dynasty.
They've got Wandale Robinson. Darius Slayton still is solid.
Pick is in for the Giants.
This could be
This is one of the fastest ones of the night. I wonder if they're just going. I've heard that they're going JJ all day long. Like all day long. I've been hearing the Giants are trying to get a quarterback. The Giants are trying to get a quarterback.
You want to know? You want to know? I know who the pick is.
I do not want to know.
Who the pick is.
You don't have to keep asking, Justin.
I know who the pick
because
is.
I do not want to know.
I know who the pick is.
4 quarterbacks in the first 6 picks would be nuts. That's kind of what we've been expecting. But man, that doesn't end up working out really good for a lot of those teams. There's very few of those guys that end up working out whenever 4 quarterbacks go in the first 6 picks. All offense so far, which is expected.
I'm wearing a star. I would hate to see JJ go to the
JJ's so smiling. Yeah, we'll see how you're feeling at 23 whenever you feel like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was also supposed to be taken with the top 10 pick and wasn't.
That was wild. I don't get
that. That was wild.
That's
it's because he's 6'1", or like shorter.
All right, so the New York Giants at pick number 6 are selecting.
Come on, they haven't said it yet. Roger Goodell hasn't been on the stage. He's walking up
Rome
in like
Odunze.
10 seconds.
As soon as he walks up on the stage, I'm telling you who it is.
Dude, don't tell me who. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put it in the YouTube stream.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I can scroll down from that.
They really took Malik.
And you're not gonna have any idea. You're just gonna see something come in and be like, "Oh man,
oh, what was that?
They took Brian Thomas."
Oh!
Really?
I heard the noise. Let's
what a
see, guys.
shocker! All right, everybody. If you're tuned in here, we've got the number 6 pick
Malik
coming out. There has not been
ruined
a trade
his
yet.
Career. Ruined
Malik.
his career. Damn it,
Mr. Wide Eyes.
All right, so Marvin's dynasty stock over Malik's is very much higher.
Very much higher. And honestly, depending on where Rome goes, his stock might be higher too. I'm just so high on Malik Neighbors. Like in a dynasty situation, you really do have to pick the player or the situation. You have to decide between the two. And sometimes going situation is better. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like you have to go with the player and you got to take Malik Neighbors. Like, he's so damn good. 6 foot, 199 of just pure route running speed and agility.
I mean, that's definitely an upgrade for their team. Like, you can't say it's not.
They have not had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2018 with Odell Beckham.
Yeah. And
yeah, it's been a minute.
LSU.
Yeah, they get a baller. I mean, yeah, I feel for him, though. I really feel for him.
So, Titans take Rome Odunze now that Joe Alt's gone, or you think they go Olu? Or are they going to just surprise everyone and go Latu or Dallas Turner?
I think they could go Latham.
JC Latham?
Like, because right tackle is the position that they need, and yeah, I think they could go Latham.
That's where Latham played all last year, was on the right side.
Like, honestly, whenever I saw the tape, like, I was like, how is Latham not number 1, like, over Alt? Like, I guess Alt seems like he'll hold
blocking.
Up for longer.
No, it's his pass blocking. Alt's pass blocking is just so good.
It was elite.
They're literally comparing him to Jamar Chase right now on national television. That's what I'm saying, bro. This guy is the best receiver in the class.
JC Latham's run blocking is
true, very true, which is going to help out Tony Pollard quite a bit. And I'm hoping Tajay Spears more than anything.
So we are getting closer and closer to where JJ just very well may fall to 11. And the fact that we have not had any trades or no spiciness or any fireworks right now
is surprising.
Very irritated. NFL, you need to step it up, because what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, we're all just gonna
I
pick
mean,
at our
it's just
pick.
the first
Yeah,
six.
we're all just
This
gonna
is
stay at our
where-
picks. Nobody's trading anything. Like nobody's trading back.
It's
Nobody's
the
trading
NFL,
up.
man. It's hard to just swap those things
It's
around.
bullshit.
Hey there, TNT
bullshit.
Sports. We're looking at Malik Neighbors,
What a dude.
best receiver in the draft. Now gets Danny Dimes throwing him the ball. So, wondering what we got for the Titans currently. That is correct. This is the best YouTube channel on YouTube.
Hey,
Absolutely
shout
agree.
out.
Hands down.
All 7 of our viewers know that for a fact. That's why they're here. That's why we love you. Keep it live. Keep it real, boys.
These are the best
100
viewers on
subscribers.
YouTube. How about that?
Hey, there it is.
Yeah, we may
Check
not be the best
Tuesday.
channel, but we've got the best subscribers. Like
That's correct. 8
Tuesday,
viewers.
That's what we'll do.
Tuesday for our videos.
So, Austin, you saw the video where that guy got a Ferrari from your boy,
Don't
Steve?
say that
Sketch.
guy. His name
Whatever.
is Sketch.
Nobody cares about that guy.
Everyone knows him and loves him. What are you talking
yeah,
about?
the sketch is beloved.
That's
in
like
the
the new
streaming
Taylor
and
Swift.
sports
bro.
community.
I don't
Watch
like
him out.
that they're like literally ripping on him. Like, I don't like that they're like making fun of him, and that's like his role is to just like get ripped on.
Nobody's making fun of him,
Bro, that's what they
his-
were doing.
The way his brain works and the way he talks, bro, like that's a rare breed right there.
This is a rare breed right here. Malik Neighbors
Thank
wearing
you.
the fire
Oh.
blue.
Malik. Yeah, sorry, that makes more sense. Some would say I'm a rare breed.
That's true. That's true. I was born only 21 days before you, and you've been a rare breed your whole life. I
You're
remember
welcome.
the good
All
times.
right. Hey, do you want to know who the Giant or the Titans are taking?
Jared Verse, my
so
God.
again,
I'm gonna ask
No.
you every time. You're gonna say no every time, but I'm gonna ask
don't
every
wanna
single
know.
time.
I don't want to
Austin,
know.
would you like to know?
I'm
The pick is
biting
in.
my tongue.
I think
All
it's so frustrating that Twitter ruins
like,
the draft
mouth
like
it to
that.
me.
Like I only want you on Twitter for trades.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
No, don't
Just
do
close
it.
your, just
Don't
close your
do it.
eyes. I'm gonna mouth it to Austin. Close your eyes. No pause. No homo.
Austin's gonna ruin it, and he's gonna say it. Okay.
Hooper?
Cooper DeJean?
DeJean?
Oh,
He said
That's
Cooper.
a solid pickup for them. Damn, you called it.
They do need defensive back help, but this is a bit early for the white cornerback
Oh,
that's going to transition to safety. I know he runs a 4-4-3. I'm not trying to hate. He might be the next great white hope. We need more of him. But I don't know, man. I'm really thinking they go edge.
I mean, we all got a cop a jersey of his. Like, this is
Cooper?
This guy's gonna make history, bro.
Depends on where he goes. If he ends up going to either the Jets or the
Packers.
Bills,
no,
then
not even
never.
that.
I
If
think
he goes to the Packers, I'll get a
That's
jersey.
that's
If
a solid
Cooper
home
goes
for him.
somewhere where he's able to play corner, I will get his jersey.
I just want him to
Yes.
start
if
one
he
game
goes
at
somewhere
corner.
and has to play safety, I'm not getting shit because that's bullshit that they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
want
we've
to
had those.
move my guy to safety.
We've had them.
We haven't had a starting white cornerback in the league since Jason Sehorn.
Oof.
Austin, you don't even remember who that is.
Sounds like J.C. Horn for the Carolina Panthers.
I
Yeah,
love
look-
that connection.
Does
He's
sound
not
like a
J.C. Horn.
very
He's not
different looking
J.C. Horn.
player.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Is he?
very
Very
different
different.
player. Hey, Harrison
Who'd
Smith
you
though,
take first overall?
doing it for the homies for the past like 6 years. So you gotta love that.
Who's that?
Harrison Smith,
Oh hell yeah,
white safety for the Minnesota Vikings, been doing it.
Oh, yeah, I've been loving him.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely a headhunter too.
Did we get some damn trades out here? I'm sorry.
Well,
I
it
want-
looks like
I
there's
want
actually
some-
7
you
teams
definitely
interested in trading up
love
here.
trades.
Chicago's interested in trading up. Minnesota, Denver, Las Vegas, the Colts,
It's
Pittsburgh,
interesting.
and the Ravens.
Who do they think they're trading
Based off of
for
PFF.
at this position?
I mean,
think
at this
they're
point,
going for
defensive
Rome
player.
Odunze right
no,
now?
no. Well, yeah. So there's definitely some people trying to trade up for Rome, but I think the big one is Latu and Dallas Turner, and Jared Verse. Like people.
Yeah,
But I
I
feel
wouldn't
like
be
you
shocked
could-
to see him stay. But bro,
So
I'm
the
telling you,
Falcons are gonna
JJ's
take one
going
of
to fall
those.
to 11, and Minnesota's just going to take him there without having to trade up, and it's going to be genius.
It is. I mean, because they already had 11, and now they traded away whatever they traded to get 23. I don't even remember.
They came in. Yeah, they came in and picked up for the Texans, and yeah, I don't know what they gave up for that.
I don't remember. Was it Danielle Hunter?
No.
Danielle Hunter just signed with the Texans.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick is in for the Titans. Let's see if we can hear that music pretty soon. Mel's best available. It's got Rome Odunze, Brock Bowers, Dallas Turner, Troy Fontenot, and J.C. Latham.
All right, so the Texans got the Vikings 2nd round pick, number 42 overall, and 6th round pick, number 188 overall, and a 2nd round pick for next year.
Oh, so they just traded a pick swap. There wasn't even a player thrown in.
No, they just gave up.
The Vikings are so pissed that no one wanted
a second this year, a second next year, and a 6th.
They were hoping 11 and 23 would be enough to trade up, and nobody even wanted it.
From the things I was hearing, the picks in for you.
J.C. Latham, right tackle.
Yep. It's about
makes sense. It makes sense.
We have not had J.C. Latham going this high. This is the first wrench in our mock drafts so far. Everything else we've predicted at one point or another. I know we had Malik going at 6 at one point. We did have Rome going there a lot, and our reasoning was always Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson. Like, the reason that they don't need Malik Neighbors is they have that in 2 players. They have people to take the top off. But Titans got their right tackle.
They're building up from the trenches.
Caleb Williams will reportedly wear number 18 for the Bears.
Not 13? That's stupid.
Keenan Allen said, that's my number, bitch. No, I think Keenan Allen's wearing number 1. 13 might be retired.
Really? I'm pretty sure that all of the teams just retired 13, right? Because of Dan? They were just like, oh, wow, we can't let anybody else wear 13.
Is Peyton Manning the only other quarterback to wear 18? I mean, not only other, but like that we know that's a big...
He's the one that I can think of.
I know Josh is like the next one at 17 for the high numbers.
13's not retired.
Many that are that high. That's a weird number to wear. But I mean, Peyton's done it, so it's not like too weird to see. But he won't ever live up to Peyton.
Damn, this Titans hat is actually so fire.
Yo.
Ooh. So right now, Tyler Scott, wide receiver Tyler Scott is listed as number 13 on the Bears depth chart. So my guess is Keenan Allen's going to take 13.
Nice.
And Caleb's just going to default to him and just go with 18.
The Falcons pick is already in. I think that the only humans on the planet that like Roger Goodell are the ones that literally just got drafted. The moment they leave the stage, they start to like build hate for him. Don't say it. Don't say it. They did not take Rome Odunze.
Bro.
Wait. Did they just take JJ?
Bro.
If I'm right, you can tell me. But only if I'm right.
The future.
Bro.
They're planning for the future.
Don't say
That's the perfect person.
These are the fireworks I was wanting. This is it. This is what's gonna explode Twitter.
The Falcons picked though. They didn't even trade. Wow.
Dude,
so did they take the white corner?
What?
Brock Bowers?
I don't even know how to begin to feel about this.
Oh man, you've got me feeling some type of way right now. Like, Jesus.
I don't know how to feel about this.
You're fucking me up hard.
I'm halfway excited, but also like, does this make any kind of sense at all? Like,
Michael Penix? Did they just take Michael Penix?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God, Austin.
The Falcons are drafting Michael Penix Jr., quarterback from Washington, at pick number 8.
Wow.
It's only gonna show me how much more I was right whenever JJ falls back.
They're paying and guaranteed money to Kirk for like 3 years, aren't they?
3 seasons. Yes.
Bro, that's so
Michael
stupid.
Penix is 24 years old.
Yes, he's gonna be 27 by the time he gets a chance.
Bro, the Falcons are dumb. Did you watch them last year?
Is this insurance for Kirk's Achilles?
I mean, that's a good
But
point.
why would
That's
you
a
give him
dumb
such a high
organization,
guaranteed contract if you were even halfway nervous about
Because
that? Like,
it's the only way you get him.
what?
Minnesota's still going to get JJ,
JJ
at 11.
behind Kirk Cousins.
Because at least
That's a great
at
Kirk
least
Cousins
JJ's
comp,
young. Like at least JJ's not
Yeah.
24. Like you at least get a youthful
Dude, come
guy
on.
to build up on. I don't know. That makes no sense.
He just defeated him in the championship.
Oh, Michael Penix Jr.
I have not seen any mock with the Falcons taking a quarterback in the first round at all. Not once, not ever.
Since they got Kirk. Once they had Kirk, it's been over.
I believe we had them taking JJ McCarthy in
on
one of our
first
early
one.
mocks.
It was like
before they
early
got
February.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Like our pre-free agency mock draft,
Yeah.
we had them taking JJ.
That's crazy.
But
That
holy
just
shit,
shows
like
how dumb
this move does not make any sense to me.
Man,
Exactly.
all the
Like, bro, how
Falcons
do you
fans that were super pissed at our
think
video
about how
on what
long
we had them
you have to-
taken are definitely pissed as fuck
Yeah.
now. They're so much more
let's hear
angry.
it. I want to see
Like,
their comments on our video.
So
now,
much
like,
more
or
angry.
commenting
Oh,
on this.
oh my
That
god.
is insane, dude. That's so out of like left field. Like it's not even funny. Michael, like over Bo Nix.
I mean, I think
am
Michael Penix
flabbergasted.
is a better
That's the
quarterback
only
over Bo
way
Nix.
I can
Bro.
put that is I am flabbergasted right now.
Dude,
So
if you
the
like
Bears
Drake
have
May,
the
there's
chance
no way
at
you can't like
Romadunze.
Bo Nix.
I still think they trade back here. They let
The
because now
Falcons
that a
signed
fourth quarterback
Kirk
is gone.
Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract this offseason with $100 million guaranteed, and you go quarterback at number 8
Yeah.
when you have other needs like
So many other
defense, corner, edge, like that's
Defensive
where
line.
everybody's been going, corner or edge.
And they get their pick right now. Any defensive lineman that they want is
This
theirs.
hurts my brain because
Yes.
I cannot see the logic in it. And when I don't see logic, I don't know how to speak. Like
I don't know why
words leave
Michael
my-
Penix is so happy right now. Like he's about to go and sit behind Kirk Cousins for 2 seasons.
You know the payday he's getting at sitting at the number 8 slot versus the number 13 or 50. I mean, if you watch
Yeah, good
Draft
point.
Day, Vontae Mack makes that point multiple times.
Yeah, good point.
And
Hey,
if you're not watching
Trade
Draft
it all-
Day, the Kevin Costner Classic,
then you're not
the
getting
week
Bo
or the day
Callahan.
before the draft, are you even a real fan?
No.
I want David fucking Putney because I feel like it.
Yep. Bro.
Wow,
I want all my picks back. And a special teamer.
No, you know what? I know how I feel. I feel like Vontae Mack did when he got drafted number 1 overall.
Yeah.
Because he didn't expect it. Like, makes no sense. I'm utterly just absolutely shocked right now.
Now, we evaluated
Holy
Michael
hell.
Penix as the most accurate quarterback in the draft. And
We
he
are
has
67 minutes in here. I need to clip this part because, man, what electricity just got ignited into this draft.
Michael Penix
Thank you.
has so many targets to throw the ball to. Between Pitts, London, like, are they going to just take a wide receiver at the top of the second round? Like, who knows? They apparently only have an offense.
This is a Romadunze pick right here.
Bro, I want to see them trade back. The pick is in. They're not trading back.
They're going Rome. He's a beast, bro.
You're right. It just doesn't
You
make
gotta
any
pair
sense
up a
to
young
me.
receiver with your dynasty quarterback. Like,
No, you don't. Not whenever you've got
your
DJ
franchise
Moore.
QB.
They have DJ Moore. DJ Moore's
Yeah, but
a
you need
top 10
depth.
receiver. Probably
hey, guess
top
what,
5.
bro? Hey, guess what, my guy? People
What's
get
up?
injured.
Not DJ Moore.
But what about Keenan Allen?
Who cares about
gets
Keenan
injured
Allen?
more
They
than
got
anybody
DJ.
I
I'm not
know?
saying they got Keenan Allen. They got DJ Moore. And
He'll be
Keenan
on the
Allen's not
injury
going to
reserve
get
list for a
14
fucking
targets a
fractured
game anymore.
toenail.
Shout out to
MUT.
Sutton Midnight Rider DJ Co. Like that first comment in the chat there, big Penix energy.
Yeah,
Yo.
for real.
They knew
For
it was
real.
coming.
He knew.
That's
Who
insane.
are
He
your
knew.
sauces?
Wow.
He's a Sosua himself. That's insane.
All right, so
to come into the chat
who
with
do
that
you
kind of
think?
energy was nuts.
Where do y'all think the Bears go here at 9? Because I know what the pick is.
Roma Dunze. Or they
Romeo.
are actually smart and they take the best defensive lineman off the board in their opinion in either Dallas or Latu. That's what I think that they should do. Roma Dunze is not a true need for them. They already have 2 very good receivers. They have a good tight end. They don't have that much of a running game, but that doesn't matter when you got Caleb. Like, Caleb will just take the ball from his running back and run it for a first down.
Come on now. It's
All right.
Romadunze.
The pick is Roman Dunze.
Oh my
Hell
God.
yeah, baby.
Because you guessed it, that's why I told you. But yeah, the
I
pick
done
is Roman
guessed
Dunze. But
that. That's because that's a smart pick.
like I
the
said,
Bears are actually
it is a smart pick. I would have traded
the
back.
Falcons are doing.
I would have traded back.
Yep.
So this is where
Oh
every
shit! Somebody,
mock in the
man,
beginning.
Twitter big brains here, tweeted out, "Be prepared, Kirk Cousins to the Giants in 2025."
Ooh, that's a good call. That's a good
It's
call.
traded to the
Now,
Giants, so they
with
don't have
Malik
to draft
Neighbors
a quarterback. With
getting-
Malik Neighbors, they get a vet quarterback.
I would like that for Malik Neighbors. I would like that a lot. I mean, look at what JJ's done with Kirk.
That's, I mean, yeah, that'd be huge for him. Unless he plays like Matt Ryan, but we hope that he doesn't do that.
He's not going to. He's not old like that yet. He's in his 30s, but like he's still early 30s.
Yeah, I mean, we still see he's ripped up and whatnot.
Kirk Cousins
Kirk
got drafted.
Cousins.
Throwback to RG3, man. They drafted RG3 and Kirk Cousins in the same year, Washington.
Yeah, they did.
Same
Kirk
draft.
Cousins got drafted in the 4th round.
Yeah. After they
just
took
had no
RG3,
depth at quarterback.
they traded 3 first-round picks to trade up from like 3 or something to 2. They only traded up 1 spot. The Rams got all those picks. And then they
honestly,
took
you
RG3.
see how valuable quarterbacks are. So if you
Yes.
snag a nice one in the late rounds, you sell them for more. You know?
Yeah, they
We
wanted
have a trade.
Andrew Luck. Oh.
We have a trade.
All right, I'll let you tell us
I
what the
thought
trade
so.
is. So the Jets
The
traded
Minnesota,
out. Fuck.
the Minnesota Vikings are trading from number 11 to number 10 with the New York Jets. They're
What are
coming
they
up
trading?
one
Stop.
spot to ensure they are staying in front of Denver and Vegas.
So they're trading 11 and what?
It just says the trade's in right now. I don't have
Okay.
the terms yet.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Vikings now on the clock.
Trading
Yeah.
ones.
They're it's smart.
guaranteeing it.
They're trading one spot up to guarantee they can't be jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the Eagles did it last year with Jordan Davis.
It's
Yeah.
crazy that
They moved up
all the
from
3
10
teams
to
that
9.
are desperate for a quarterback right now, all in a row, like draft.
And trading from
position-wise,
11 to
back
10
back
means
to
that you
back.
probably hold on to 23. You might have to give like 108 or 129, but you don't have to give all of your first round to trade up one spot.
How much of a fucking heart attack do you think the Falcons just gave the Vikings? Take Penix.
Bro, for real.
Like
For real.
Like,
and
seeing them
honestly,
actually even take a quarterback.
I think the Vikings were
All right.
probably really high on Michael Penix
The
as
trade
well.
terms, Vikings are getting number 10 and number 203 overall. Jets are getting 11, 129, and 157, which I believe would slot
You saw
them
2
in
Washington
for like
players going in the top 10.
4th and 5th round picks.
PFF says that they are not interested in trading for this pick. Fuck you, PFF.
So I think this will be JJ.
Yep.
And then I also think the Jets go with
Or
Brock Bowers at 11.
Austin, how upset are you going to be if this is Bo Nix?
It would never, bro.
Like, how upset are you
never.
going to be if
You
this is
can't
Bo
say
Nix?
they
I
would
wouldn't be
never. We
upset.
just saw Michael Penix go to the Falcons,
I know,
bro.
I guess, you know, anything could happen in this world, but like
Anything is possible.
you're
Shout
talking
out
about a
Kevin
coach
Garnett.
who loves his quarterback. Like that's his. You see how much he needs a quarterback for his system to work.
JJ makes the most sense.
It
like,
does.
to me.
100%. I mean, Bo Nix
I'm
is not a
actually-
bad pick either. I wouldn't be mad. I
Bo
love Bo
would
Nix.
also fit their system as
Yeah.
well. Like
They're both really similar players. Bo Nix is just, I think, a bit taller.
Yeah.
I just cannot believe Michael Penix Jr.
It's
came
hard
off
to
the
say
board.
that Bo Nix
I
is
would be
more
surprised
agile
if Spencer
because
Rattler goes right now.
it's hard to say that Bo Nix is more agile just because of JJ's testing at the combine. Like he was the fastest shuttle time, like the fastest 3-cone. Like he's so agile. And he's got the
And
wheels.
Legit.
like we assume, the Vikings have moved up to number 10 to
Joe
ensure
Money
JJ
Joe.
McCarthy.
Nice.
Boom. Top 10 pick. Money in the
JJ
bank. Shawty, what you
McCarthy
think?
becomes a top 10 pick, the fifth quarterback
saw
taken
that.
in the top 10.
Wow.
Five,
Five
of-
quarterbacks.
envisioned that.
five of 10
And
in the
all
top 10.
offensive players. Not a single defensive player has been taken in the top 10.
Nope. And we kind
There
of
was a lot
figured
of-
like 20 plus offensive players were going in this first round here.
That's nuts.
So
Man,
yeah,
these
the
teams
Jets are
like
getting a
the
fourth
Jags-
and a fifth rounder.
The Jags
as
are
well.
literally jumping up and down with joy at who's going to fall to them at
I
17.
could see
Like,
Cooper
they've got to
falling
have
to them.
6 or 7 guys on the board that they love at 17 still.
I could really see Cooper playing for the Jets. Like, he is
With
solid, right?
Sauce
He
and,
loves
and
his
they
defense.
already have a
Like,
decent cornerback duo. So now like adding somebody like that in the back end, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Is Cooper looking to be more of a free safety, right, Justin? Not necessarily a strong.
DeJean,
Yeah.
I think he's more like a Kyle Hamilton role, like just a jack guy, like a legit chess piece.
Okay.
Like
Honey
nickel safety in the box, like he can play over the top.
play like the Honey Badger role.
Kind of like a Minka type of deal where he's
Yeah.
just wherever he needs to be is where he is.
Troy Polamalu.
Back in the day, though, you know.
So Bowers to the Jets, is that like,
That's literally what I was
that's
about to say. So
consensus?
who's
I
going
think
with
so.
the Jets?
I think so. I mean,
I-
it shows one of their needs as being safety. So I think Cooper DeJean makes a lot of sense for them. I think that they could also trade back again though, because the Raiders might want to jump the Broncos to be able to get Bo Nix. Like now it's the Bo Nix lottery. Who's going to get him?
Yeah, straight up. Like it's a race right now with those two teams.
I mean, they both
And
need
then-
a
and then the
quarterback
Sa-
bad.
and then the
Nobody
Saints
thinks
come out of
Zach
nowhere.
Wilson. Oh my God! Nobody thinks that
Johnson.
Zach Wilson is like a definite starter in the NFL right now. Maybe Sean Payton saw something
he
nobody
definitely
else
needs some
has.
years, too.
But like, I would love to see him compete against somebody in training camp. Yeah, so
That's
we
what it's all about,
definitely
baby.
didn't have this
So,
in one of our mocks.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Brock or an offensive tackle. And actually, I've got the pick.
Already, the Vikings pick hasn't even come in. Let's hold off.
Yeah, bro, these Twitter streets are hot, bro. That's why I
hate
stay
Twitter.
on them.
They have ruined
stay on
the
'em.
live draft. They've ruined it.
No, I love it. Because then I get to see it on the TV and stuff like that. Like the Twitter thing comes in and it's like, ooh, a little notey. What are
So
we
they
getting?
get 'em
Bam,
before
there we
even
go.
see 'em on TV.
Plus, we are in a world now where you want that information as
Oh,
quickly
it's
as
because there's
possible,
people
right?
inside the building that are tweeting them out.
No,
it's
it's
people
literally
in the building texting sources outside
but
that
I'm
are
saying it's
tweeting it
coming
out.
It's people
from
in the
inside of
war
building,
room.
though.
You got to think like there's people.
There's
in the
leaks
war room
everywhere
that are
in the war
sitting there
room.
Like, all right, we're gonna take this guy. Da 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 da. All right, see you bye. Oh, I wasn't texting to see me. I'd be like, no cell phones in here.
No cell phones. We're
These
gonna block.
landlines are
We're
the
gonna
only
block cell
phones in
phones
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
like one of those like cell phone jammers.
Playing Call of Duty.
See, I understand the Brock stuff. Me personally, I'd go offensive tackle.
So
Just
are you
simply
going
because,
Olu?
like I said,
Specifically?
Olu or Fuaga, Talisi
Yeah.
Fuaga.
We've been saying for the last
Simply
couple of
because
weeks that
their
Fuaga
offensive
could be more of a
tackles are
guard.
not going to be healthy. Like they're just not. Like
We've
you
been-
have to have insurance for them, and insurance for Aaron Rodgers. And we've seen over his career, Aaron Rodgers really doesn't care about tight ends. Like they're nice to have, but he don't really care if he has one or not.
What about
He'll make one work.
damn, I
They've
can't
got
remember his
Tyler
name.
Conklin,
What about the Rodgers that caught that Hail Mary from him?
Richard Rodgers.
Richard Rodgers.
Yeah, he was like cool for like a touchdown every 4 games.
Yeah, that's true. Man, the Jets wanted Rome Odunze so bad.
Oh, everything I saw said that if Roman Dunze or Malik Neighbors wasn't there at 10, then they absolutely were trading back and trying to get something. Which is smart. You pick up a 4th and 5th round pick for this year to move back one spot. You know who they're coming up for. So you're guaranteed to still get
what you
whoever
want.
you were going to take.
Yeah.
And you gained 2 picks this draft for it. Like it's a smart move. And it was smart on the Vikings side. If that's the guy you're moving up for and you think Vegas or Denver can move up ahead of you, go ahead, move up one spot, give up a 4th and a 5th. And guarantee you get your guy.
What's up, brother?
Roger Goodell's talking.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about
Our
some
Lord and
surviving.
Savior Roger Goodell is talking. We all silence needed.
Oh. They're gonna let a child with cancer give the pick for JJ. That's nice.
But if you think,
I think he doesn't have
about-
cancer anymore, but he did.
if you
So
JJ
think
did?
good to
about-
him. No, the child.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? Where is this came from? JJ had cancer? Man, I'm wondering, there might be another Laramie Tunsil gas mask situation with Brock Bowers, and he just may very well fall to 21. We don't know.
Do we really need
No,
Brock
we
Bowers?
don't
take him.
know.
Do we
Colts will
really
take him.
need
Do
Brock
we-
Bowers?
Yeah, do we fucking need Xavier Worthy? But
No,
no,
we're
everybody's
not
projecting
taking him.
the
No,
Dolphins
that's
to take
stupid.
him.
That's because they don't know what to
So
project
who would
for
you
us.
rather have? Say every
You
other
seem
position's
really
out of the
freaking
question.
scared that you guys are
Would
gonna
you
go
rather have
Worthy.
Xavier Worthy or Brock
Look, it's
Bowers?
Brock
panic in
Bowers.
his eyes.
Okay.
Brock Bowers.
Panic.
Listen,
That's because we already
I
have
will
two
be
Xavier
mad at
Worthies.
Xavier Worthy only for the fact of we have other major needs
Yes.
that we should take. And
Yes.
I don't. He would be an awesome chess piece. Him, Achan, Mostert, Waddle, Tyreek. We literally the fastest team in the NFL by far.
We already
Great
are.
for Madden.
Raheem Mostert.
Great for-
you haven't
great
even
for
said Raheem
Madden.
Mostert and Devon Achan.
I said both of them actually.
Okay,
Pay attention.
I got some America on the brain. You know what I'm saying?
America. But I mean, it would irritate me. It would.
Oh, there's JJ. Here's the throw that everyone's been waiting for. Woo! Oh man, boys, this only one trade. Only one trade has happened. They traded up one spot. That is not what we projected all offseason. Man, I thought that Falcons were going to go defense so hard, bro. Like that's so much worse than the Packers taking Jordan Love at 32. Like it's so much worse.
I mean, they only had to trade up one spot.
Yeah. Right now, Sam Darnold is the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's probably going to end up being Now, I wouldn't be shocked to see Sam start like the first 4 to 6 games,
I think that's a good call.
depending on how it works out. But say they're 2-3, 1-5, 1-4, like
Okay,
fans are gonna
here's
be
some
clamoring for
interesting
JJ.
information. So this is the second quarterback to be taken in the first round that was a Michigan player. The first was Jim Harbaugh.
Wow.
Right?
And that's crazy. He came back this year, and the year
Right?
he comes back,
Right?
Like
And
repeats.
now, does it upset you at all, Austin, that Jim Harbaugh didn't trade Justin Herbert to
No.
trade up to 3 and then
Did
to
you
trade
not
back
hear me earlier in
and
the-
get JJ
Bro,
at 11?
that,
You know
that
me,
is
bro.
never an
Who
option.
is my favorite
Chargers-
quarterback in the league?
The Chargers, if they had to trade Justin Herbert, it would be over $350 million of dead cap. So whatever team took Herbert would have to
Cowboys.
agree to pay that dead cap. And nobody, teams reached out about it, but That's just not happening, at least for these next first couple seasons on his new deal.
Wow.
I was ecstatic that Harbaugh went there for Herbert. Like
Yeah.
for
That's a
Herbert's
good
sake,
point.
he's got a great coach.
And now
been
he's got a
struggling
real
with terrible
offensive line.
For you to say he's bad, I hate that.
I don't say that he's bad.
it's
I say that he's overrated, and those are two different things.
Yeah, but like
He's
think about how
literally
many
rated
times
as
he's
the
kept his
fifth-
team in the game, but
And then
his
they
coaching
lost.
is awful.
But he kept the team in the game for them to lose.
You can break down each one of those games, and you can see that the coach fucked up big time. Like,
Coach
he's
isn't
tripping
on the
balls
field,
out
man.
there.
Coach
No, but
isn't
he's
on the
making
field.
calls that are wild, out of
Gotta
pocket,
execute.
my guy.
Gotta execute. He had one of the best receivers in football
you're
his
talking
whole
about-
career.
Talking about like that Dolphins QB.
Yeah,
He's
the
a
one
real
that executed real
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And has
Oh,
a
you
way
mean the
better
one that-
record.
You mean the one that led the league in passing last year?
And has two
You have
back-to-back
the
playoff
two
appearances.
Best receivers in the league. Come
okay, so
on,
you're
the
bringing
fastest.
up
And
Herbert.
since-
You mean the ones for their career that has a better winning percentage, more wins to his resume, a better passer rating, better accuracy
receivers
stats.
to work with.
What did he have his
Much
first
better.
2 seasons?
Oh, is that
didn't
Nerd
do
Chat?
much.
Is that the
Devont-
person who wrote our
Devont-
intro song? Look at him coming in the chat. Hey, brother.
Devontae Parker. They had Lynn Bowden Jr. Like, no, there is no
We're
but.
in the
Like,
now.
Justin
We're in
Herbert
the
came
now.
into the league
This is the
with
now.
Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, like,
Who throws
sitting
a
there
better
ready
ball?
to go for him
Who
with
throws a
Austin
better
Eckler.
ball?
We're not talking about who has
I'm
the
just
better
asking.
looking ball when it's in the air.
No, who has a better ball?
So, like we projected a
Peyton
long
Manning
time
didn't
ago,
throw a good ball at all.
Olu Fashanu to the Jets is in.
He can see over his line.
Peyton would tell you, I don't care
Peyton
about the
can see
wall.
over the line.
He
just
would
like
say, "I don't care."
Herbert
Oh,
can.
so now we're just going to keep moving the goalposts. We're
factors.
just
No, there's
when I
factors.
knock down
There's multiple
one
factors to this.
argument, you're just going to find another.
Multiple
I get it.
factors.
All right,
You
guys.
in the chat, who's better?
be a
And
great
everybody,
lawyer.
all of our subscribers are going to get to watch this
Great
argument
lawyer.
for the rest of the year. All right, we don't have to have it
For the
tonight
rest
on
of their
draft night.
lives, they can watch this and see
So-
that I'm right.
Olu Fashanu to the Jets. Broncos pick is already in because they're taking Bo Nix. Right? I'm not asking for you to confirm. I'm asking for your thoughts.
Oh no, I don't. Truly, I don't know. Like, I've seen it mocked, but also
We are 11 picks into this draft, and not a single
Olu-
defensive player has
Olu
been taken.
Fashanu, man, that's a really, really solid pick. for
That's
them.
the thing
Very.
too, is the Broncos have their pick of the litter of any defensive player they want right here.
Anybody.
And,
And
we're
they
gonna
have
see a
needs at
run
edge
on
and
defensive
corner.
players go.
Edge and corner are huge
We've
needs for them.
had 5 quarterbacks, 3 wide receivers, and 3 offensive tackles go at this point.
Yep.
Hey,
You know what it is?
Nerd
It's-
chat, we
it's-
love you.
It's the hip drop tackle. That's why all the offensive players are going. They're like, all right, well, the defensive guys can't even tackle him anymore. So let's just get as many offensive talents as we can at this point.
All right, and so at number 12, the Broncos are taking.
That's right.
Who are the Broncos taking, Coach?
They're going to take Bo Nix. It's the smartest thing for them to do. If they don't do that, they're going to take Dallas Turner.
Big Bo
It's-
Nix.
It's Bo Nix.
Yeah.
It's Bo time.
It's
baby.
Bo Nix. It's Bo time.
If Michael
and
Carter or Michael Penix was there, wow, Michael Carter. If Michael Penix was there, I think they take him over that. But with him being gone, I think Bo Nix is the best thing for their team. Him and Zach Wilson
That's
are probably
sick.
like the same age.
Yeah, he's gonna start day 1 over Zach Wilson. That's huge. For him. That's gonna take that team to another level. Now they gotta get some solid receivers in the later rounds of this draft.
They don't get to
definitely need
pick
some
in the
wide
second
receiver
round
help.
at all.
They got rid of Judy, right? Where's Judy?
Yeah.
At? Where'd Judy end up at?
Did they trade Judy or did they just
Ju-
cut him?
Judy went to Cleveland.
Cleveland. That's right.
Oh, yep, Cleveland. And I like him there. I think that's a good fit for him. And I want to see him somewhere else other than the Broncos. I just don't like. He came in the same year as JJ. Like
I don't know.
he was
Steve
supposed to be
Smith doesn't
better
like
than
him, so I
JJ.
don't like him.
So they
Yeah.
traded for Zach Wilson. They've got Ben DiNucci and Jarrett Stidham, and now they just drafted Bo Nix at number 12 overall. Somebody's got to get the start, right? What's
I just told you
crazy?
it's gonna be
Bo
Bo.
Nix and Zach Wilson are the same age.
I said that
Yeah.
a couple minutes ago that I thought that
Yeah,
they were the same age.
They
So
are.
what I was trying to
That's
say earlier-
absolutely insane.
Going off of age is Jaden Daniels threw a touchdown pass to I was slipping my name. Receiver for the 49ers.
Ayuk.
Brandon
Ayuk.
Ayuk. Against Justin Herbert in like
Yes.
I think it was a championship game. I'm not sure. But
It's
like,
because of
that's
the
how
COVID
long
year.
he's been in
Listen,
the league.
that right there that you just mentioned too, though, like where the Chargers not taking a wide receiver. Like I know the Chargers are kind of hamstrung with their cap. That's why they had to let go of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. But for teams like them, do not throw out these rumors that we've been hearing about Brandon Ayuk and teams calling about Deebo Samuel, and T. Higgins is still an option out there for a trade.
I think we
Like-
see all three of them get, or two of the three of them get traded tonight.
I'd be shocked to see the 49ers trade both Deebo and Ayuk.
One of those two might get
I
traded.
think
though.
Deebo is too integral to their offense.
Agreed.
Like
I think Ayuk's the better trade target for them. They potentially get more for him as well because he has less injury history. Debo's capable of running the ball, catching, receiving.
Man,
can
do you-
throw it.
Passing.
all right, so do you know what the Bo Nix at pick at 12 means? The 6 of the first 12 picks were quarterbacks.
Yes.
The previous record in 1983 for quarterbacks taken in the first round, the year Dan Marino, John Elway, Jim Kelly, all those guys went, the legendary class, 6 went in the entire first round, whereas 6 have gone in the first 12 picks of this draft.
And do you think that there's a chance that
That's
Spencer
wild.
Rattler gets taken
No.
at 31 or 32?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so
Absolutely
either.
not.
I think he's garbage compared to the
But
others.
you know who I do see
Okay, I
getting
don't
picked
want
up in this
to. I don't want to say that because there is a chance if a team has him rated highly as like a top
I don't
tier
think that's the
second round
highest
pick.
quarterback right now, though. I think there's better quarterbacks on the board.
I like Michael Pratt more than I like Spencer Rattler, the quarterback
the
out of
quarterbacks.
Tulane.
Go to the quarterbacks right now.
But no, I don't think any other quarterback
Bo
goes in the
Nix,
first
Spencer
round. I'd
Rattler,
be surprised.
Jordan Travis, Michael Pratt, Joe Milton, Carter Bradley, Austin Reed, Devin Learley, Sam Hartman, Tua Tagovailoa. Those are all the quarterbacks that are still
Talia.
available. Talia.
So
Did I say Tua?
Joe
You did.
Milton would be pick.
Who?
He
Joe
could go in
Milton.
the first. Yes, and
He's
I would
not
not
going
be
in the
shocked.
first round,
I
bro.
would. No, I get your opinion, but I would not be shocked. And I would not be surprised. Like this dude should have gone top 5 over most of these quarterbacks.
I can't believe they're
He
letting
has the best arm in the
Dallas
draft.
Turner, and Jared
Bro,
Verse go.
we've gone 12 picks and not a defensive player has been taken yet. I don't remember the last time I've seen this.
Ever. I don't think I've ever, like in any draft
Defense
I've been
don't
paying
win
attention to.
championships no more.
It's because of the hip drop, bro. They're like,
you
all right, they can't hip drop anymore. Like, they're done. No more
It's a whole new
tackling.
ball game.
Are we
Like
going to see a
that-
running back in the first round?
No.
No. Unless the Cowboys do. But that's so early.
You guys
for a
would be
running
so
back.
dumb to do that.
Man, you're just a hater.
I just don't think that any of these running backs are worth a Jameer Gibbs
what if they
type of
start going?
valuation.
What?
None of them are. I mean, Trey Benson is my top running back off the board.
There's 3 of them that are elite.
And I still have so many other
Jalen
guys above
Wright,
me on my big board.
Jonathan Brooks, and
Most
Trey Benson,
rumors I've
Braylon
seen
Allen. There's 4.
have the
And there's
Cowboys
5. Blake
taking a
Corum,
running back
bro.
in the second.
Blake Corum is one of like,
Which
it's
is
so hard
funny.
to make these running backs.
It's funny because the Cowboys fans ripped us so much for taking a running back in the second. But, like, that's the most expected thing is that they're going to take Jonathan Brooks at their second
Yeah.
overall pick.
I don't think they ripped y'all too bad.
They did. No
Maybe I
fan.
gotta check back up.
There's been like 5
comments.
people on all of our videos that were like, wow, I really like what you guys did. And we have like 50 comments. 45 comments are like, you guys are fucking morons. I can't believe you guys had him taking a defensive lineman.
Do this.
They're never going to do that.
Yeah. Like, let me just put it this way. Most of y'all that are watching, we appreciate all of you watching, and we appreciate the constructive criticism, but you're probably as plugged in as we are.
Yeah.
If not less, because this
way
is
less,
literally
honestly.
all we do.
This is my whole day.
Outside of actually working and providing for our lives, like, this is what we do, bro. Like, so, I mean, we're not just talking out of our asses out here. Like, they're educated guesses, which is what a
We've
whole
been
mock draft
very
is.
right. We had Bo Nix and Michael Penix
I'm
going
gonna
12
back,
and 13 before.
I'm going to go back to our mock drafts and look and see how many picks we had correct, whether it was the draft slot or whether it was the... Now, one thing I will say
J.C.
is...
Latham and Michael Penix are the
these-
only ones we never had.
Most of this draft has gone pretty chalk so far, outside of Penix to the Falcons. Nobody had that.
And Latham going that early. Like, if Joe Alt went at 5,
We
I
started
had
seeing
at 7 defensive end. I had a lot
we started seeing a lot of Latham hype coming up the last couple days. But for me, I knew that the Titans were going offensive tackle,
All right, Raiders
no
pick is
matter
in.
what.
Spencer Rattler? Huh? 7 quarterbacks, 13 picks?
Oh,
Joe Milton right here.
Oh,
don't say it. I want to get surprised. I want to be...
Oh, yeah,
Hold
but
on,
now
man,
you're
you
going to
got
have to
called it.
wait. It says the pick is in. You're about to have to wait 3 minutes for the excitement that I'm experiencing right now. Also, again, like the Penix pick, doesn't really make sense to me because the guy you had in this spot last year was solid. Very solid, in my opinion. But man,
your reaction has got me thinking quarterback though, like a quarterback on the list or some shit.
it is not a quarterback. I will tell you that 100%.
There are no more first-round quarterbacks.
They've got Gardner Minshew, bro. What are you talking about? They need a quarterback.
Gardner Minshew looked very solid for the Colts last year.
They got
Stop.
Minshew.
All right, wait.
Stop.
Little ass boy.
He has no. He can't see.
Brock Bowers, let's go. Wow, what? They have Michael Mayer.
Michael Mayer. And
Wow.
then their tight
You know
ends
about that
are
route?
they're about to be in 2
Awesome
tight
route.
end sets.
A lot. With
Linebackers up.
I can't think of the other wide receiver they have. Devontae Adams
And Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers. Wow. That's going to be 4 very solid options on the field. Michael Mayer did not turn out to be the receiving threat that we thought he was going to be last year. He ended up being a lot more of like a blocking tight end. Brock Bowers is not that. At 6'3 and an eighth, 243 pounds, this guy is a receiving threat.
You're able to keep Mayer in line and put Brock in the slot.
And you don't know, what are we doing? Are we going to run it?
You know,
are we
as Dolphins fans, you had Smythe in line and you had Jaceki working the slot. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I like it. I mean,
I think it makes their
this is
offense
another
better.
one. I've not seen one mock where they had Brock Bowers going here.
No.
Not one mock had Vegas taking Brock Bowers because of Michael Mayer.
I've seen Brock going in like
Why-
the 20s, and
why
I thought
would
that
they?
was way too late. I thought that he definitely was going to go in the top 15. I honestly had him going 15 a lot of the time to Indianapolis. Saints are on the clock, though.
Upgrade.
We are now 13 picks in, no defensive players. We are almost halfway through this first round, and
we
not
did not
one
predict
defensive
this.
players is taken.
We were smart enough to say, hey, I mean, people like defense too.
Now, I do remember, though, like you remember our first couple early mocks that we did.
had a lot of offense.
We were kind of shocked at how we had defensive guys just falling. And like you mentioned with people coming in the comments of our mocks, so many people were saying, oh, well, this is just an offensive first round mock draft. Like, you guys didn't really take any defensive guys. Well, you guys are seeing why. Like, that's where the value is in this draft.
This class is all offense right now.
Now,
second
looking
round's
down
going
the
to be
line
very
for
different.
teams like the Dolphins at 21, you know you're pretty much going to have your pick of edge rusher or interior defensive line.
Sick.
Honestly, we could see a couple more tackles go.
The Saints are
like at
currently
18 and
listening
19.
to the Saints are currently listening to trade offers.
I think that the Rams
they
could
should.
potentially trade up here.
Rams.
Or the Jags. I think the Jags really, really need an edge, and for them to just get the guy that they want, to not have to give up much, would make a lot of sense. Honestly, I don't know if the Seahawks need to jump The Colts, because the Seahawks already have
Well, so
the Colts already have their defensive line pretty well set up.
number one, I don't know who would be coming up, but also who are they coming up for? Now, you have your pick of the litter with defensive players. So is it Latu? Is
Or
it
Kenyon Mitchell?
Dallas Turner? Is it Quinyon Mitchell? Is it Terry and Arnold? Like whoever you want, like there is somebody that has their eye on a defensive guy that they did not expect to be here.
Yeah.
And they're pouncing on it. Like
it has to be deep.
you look down the board in the draft, this very well could be a team like Buffalo. Maybe not coming up for defense, but maybe they're trying to come up and snag Brian Thomas Jr. before the Colts pick at 15.
What's crazy is the Colts would have gone Brock Bowers there. And the Saints might have too, honestly.
That's what I was saying,
an
man.
upgrade at tight end.
So
they have Jimmy.
looks like the Saints have decided to keep the pick.
And who else do the Saints have? They have a decent tight end that they drafted a couple of years
Johnson.
ago. Yeah.
They've got
and then,
Taysom Hill.
Yes,
Not
Taysom
him.
Hill. And
Not
then-
him. A real
and then
tight end.
another one.
Like Taysom
Another
Hill.
one.
Come on.
There's another one. He's white.
Is it Jawan Johnson?
They have
No,
Juwan
that's a right
Johnson,
tackle.
but
That's
they-
a right tackle.
No.
Is it Justin?
It's
Who is
Juwan
the
Johnson,
Saints
yeah,
tight end?
he's literally he's like the craziest end zone threat in the league right now.
Juwan Johnson, I'm pretty sure was their tight end last year.
He'll get like 2 touchdowns in the end zone. He doesn't catch them in the field. In the
But
end zone,
see, that's where a lot of us got to realize too with these teams. There's so many teams and offenses that just do not feature a tight end. Like a tight end is nothing but a safety blanket.
I don't know,
unless
man.
you're a team, like
Some of the best teams have
49ers.
really dope tight ends, though.
True, but like the 49ers, George Kittle is not getting 8 to 10 targets a game.
He's not getting
He
4
is-
targets a game.
He has plenty of games where he's getting 3 targets because they're using him as a blocker all game. So I don't see them as a team featuring a tight end. They just happen to have a great one versus a team like the Lions with Sam Laporta or the Vikings with TJ Hawkinson. They feature their tight ends.
and that's what I think the Raiders are going to try to do now with Brock Bowers.
Yeah, like he gives them some flexibility. Like I said, it doesn't fully make sense to me, but he's a offensive weapon and he's the best offensive weapon on the board right now. Like if you're not even looking wide receiver, tight end, he was the best offensive weapon on the board.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could like Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, they're still quarterbacks.
Mad
Quarterbacks are
Mel,
so valuable. And they need
whenever
one.
after the first
They
5
need-
picks,
they need a franchise.
I'm sorry, after the first 6 picks, Mad Mel had Roma Dunze, Brock Bowers as his top 2 guys off of the board, like on his board. JJ McCarthy, Olu, Bo Nix, all of those guys jumped Brock Bowers in Mel's and Michael Penix, JC Latham. Like, no.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't really look at that because there's so many times like we'll be at pick 27 and he'll have a guy that was like his 7th ranked guy on his board that is still there.
Yeah.
Like that's why mock
have to draft
drafts are
based off of
fun.
need.
That mock drafts are nothing but just fun and hypotheticals.
Yep.
Because when it comes down to it, you have truly no idea what these teams are thinking. Not many people are doing deep dive research on scheme fits, developmental coaches, the positional coaches, and where they've been and the different things they've learned. Like, it's very hard to get a sense exactly on where these teams are wanting to go.
So this is the longest streak of offensive players at any point in the first round ever.
Yeah, I'd say.
Not even like in the beginning, like longest streak ever, where no defensive
what
player
I
has been
knew-
taken.
What I knew
The
the
Saints
draft
pick
it was,
is in-
like, just snagging defensive players, like especially the first round. I swear, like that's all you saw, and it wasn't as exciting of picks, but you knew it helped the teams.
Saints pick is in, and pretty much I think I've seen this one mocked in almost every single mock draft.
Really,
Yeah, this one's not shocking at all.
Hooper did. Zaire Newton.
Jerzon Newton.
Zerzan Newton.
Jerzon.
Jersey.
A lot of people are
Jersey
calling him
Moo.
Johnny Newton, right? Is that the same guy,
Johnny
or is
Newton.
that a different dude?
Johnny, Jerry,
Yeah,
Newton.
Jerry Newton. Is that what it is? I thought it
Yeah.
was Johnny.
Yeah. So the Saints are gonna take Oregon State.
Don't. Come on.
Oregon State.
He said, don't.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Wait,
sorry.
they're getting Jackson Powers.
You didn't stop me fast enough.
Yeah, that would piss me off
Oregon
actually if they get JPJ.
University.
That's not Oregon
Big
State
O.
though. That's
Big
Oregon.
No. Oregon State offensive tackle Talisi Fuaga.
Okay.
Which, like I said, we've seen that mocked, and I've seen that mocked so many times.
There's just one tape you have to go back and watch of his, and it's that game of Oregon versus Oregon State. Man, oh man.
You know, I think you might be right on that one, Nerd Chat. Smitty, Werber, Jagger, Mann, Jensen, definitely going as the first defensive player off the board.
No, it absolutely should be Hingle McCringleberry.
I mean, if he doesn't go first overall, like, you know, what are we doing?
Or Leviticus Aloysius.
I think that might be one of my favorite skit of theirs is definitely, I said bitch, but like that might be my second favorite.
I love any skit where they're doing something with Obama.
Yeah, those are good ones too.
Like
the Obama college days.
So well, yeah.
Like where he's just like,
so
let me interception, and he like takes the joint.
Interception. No, don't pass on Barrio. Don't ever pass on Barrio.
I really like
he
his
does
voice.
do a great, and
He
the
does,
anger
and-
translator. Oh, so good.
Yeah. But no, the football,
ones are cool.
like the Monday Night Football, like the announcements, and then when he's like celebrating on the field and he's like watching his hip thrusts, and he's like, there's the second one.
That's
Football
two,
ones are-
and he gets like
will
he
we
gets
get the
real
third?
close.
And
He
he's
gets
like-
real close, and
he
it's like
just,
a little micro.
twitches, and he's just like, fuck.
That's a great one.
That was tribute to him.
Anchor down, Talise Fuaga for the Saints.
Smitty Werber Jaeger Mans Jensen.
Yeah, that's the guy right there. Jaeger.
Yeah, that's like
I like how he's got a normal first name.
that's like the
Smitty's a normal first
what's
name.
that town from
Smitty.
what is that town from Mr. Deeds?
Winchesterton Fieldville,
Winchesterton
Hourwell.
Field, yeah, Winchesterton Fieldville, Iowa. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
That's where Cooper's from.
My
yeah, there
girlfriend
you go.
is from a place called Lincolnton, and every time I hear it, I think Winchesterton Fieldville.
Yeah,
Every time.
pretty much that's what it is.
what it is. It's so funny.
So again, we are 14
Picks in.
Picks in.
So that's the new record.
and not one defensive player, bro.
New record.
Literally, we're in uncharted territory at this point.
I'm wondering if my bet's gonna hit. I need
one
Cooper
trade.
DeJean, Jerzon Newton, Nate Wiggins, all to go in the first round. Like, I mean, I also have Tyler Guyton, Cooper Mary Smims, and Adonai Mitchell, but it seems like that's not a lot.
First 16 picks, all offense. For last 16 picks, all defense. That would be incredible.
Never gonna happen.
So the best value pick can remember back to right now is for Onyx and Penix to go in the first round, and that was like plus 340.
Nice.
So,
now, what do you guys
And
think
that was
about?
I thought that was decent value there because
Yeah.
the little run on quarterbacks that happen. Like,
What do you guys
gotta
think
stack
about
and
Brian Thomas to the Colts right now?
It
They
would
don't
make
have
sense.
they don't have a massive
that's
need
a
at it.
great pick.
but I think that's a phenomenal
one of my
pick
favorite
for them.
picks so far. Then
Like they definitely don't need wide receiver like that because of Josh Dobbs and Michael Pittman.
no, they definitely do. They definitely need receiver. They need like a guy. They need like their guy.
I can't believe PFF
Especially with
has
a young
Adonai
quarterback.
Mitchell ranked above Brian Thomas Jr. Like, have they watched any film on this man at all?
You want to talk about route running? Adonai Mitchell's that dude, bro. Like great comp for him. Like the Jets dude. And
Garrett
the
Wilson?
Vikings. Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
And you're not about to say the Vikings, dude. You drafted that
no,
guy in the
not
first
not
round.
Justin Jefferson, but
Addison?
Addison, yeah, Jordan Addison. He reminds me of them so much.
We appreciate the love, Tom. You keep it up, all right? Keep up the support.
Yeah, you keep it up, Tom.
Oh, boys. I can't believe that no Dallas Turner or Latu has happened at this point. Like Kenyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, like all these guys at the top of this board.
See, that's where we say Brian Thomas Jr. and stuff, which would make sense, but
they need a defensive back. They need
like
so
Kenyon
many
Mitchell
defensive
or
backs.
Terrian Arnold would make a lot of sense too.
Yes.
So, according to Daniel Jeremiah with Pro Football Network, Kirk Cousins was not given a heads up that the Falcons were going to take Michael Penix
Shit.
Jr.
That man would have been all over Twitter bitching for the last 48 hours if he knew.
I don't even know if Kirk has a Twitter, if I'm being fully honest.
Really? That would be surprising to me. Kirk O'Chains doesn't jump on the Twitter streets to like check out how everyone's just loving on him.
He probably gets sent it so much he doesn't have to.
Dude, Kirk is laughing all the way to the damn bank, bro. Like, the guy has gotten more guaranteed money than anyone. I've never seen somebody fleece NFL contracts the way he does.
Bro, for real.
The Colts pick is in.
Yes,
Are
it is.
you ready for it?
No.
It's exciting.
No.
It's an exciting pick.
All I want you to say is yes or no to this question. Has the streak been broken?
Yes.
Okay.
It is defense.
Okay.
But
then
it's
I
not
think
who you're thinking.
it's not one of the top 4 defensive players, Cooper DeJean, Kenyon Mitchell, Latu, or Dallas Turner?
It is one of the 4.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Dallas Turner.
I think that it should be Latu. I am absolutely in love with his game after watching him, and it's not just because of the Phillips comp. It's just like, dude, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, all right.
That's a good pick.
I think
only because like if you're guessing
guessing
it correctly,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So no, that's I love the pick.
I love the pick.
It's a solid one. Solid pickup. Not as exciting as it could have been.
No, and I agree. I personally think they need more help at corner.
Yes.
But Xavier Howard is a guy that's still out there. Like, that's what I'm saying is there are still guys out there that these teams know they've been talking to.
Yeah.
They've been discussing with their agent. So a lot of these vets that are still out there in free agency are aware, hey, after the draft, I'm probably going to get a phone call from these teams.
Nerd chat, did I say Jaeger Man Jensen whenever I said his name instead of Jaeger? Because that would be stupid.
I'm pretty sure you did.
That would be very
sure
stupid and hilarious.
So, yes, you are very stupid.
And hilarious.
So
Both.
you've got Latu pairing up with Kwity Paye.
That's dope. I like that. That's a very solid defensive line.
And
the Seahawks
got
are
coaches. It depends on defensive mentality as well. Like, there's certain coaches that they put a lot of their aspects towards the defensive backs. Like Brian Flores loves his defensive backs.
Yeah.
Whereas you have other coaches like Anthony Weaver for the Dolphins. They love the front 7.
So speaking of which, do you think at 23, with all this defensive backs that are still on the board, that they are 100% going DB?
The Vikings?
Yeah.
I would be shocked if they don't, because there's going to be somebody there.
I mean, absolutely. Cooper
Cooper
DeJean,
falls, they
Quinyon,
definitely
Terrion Arnold are all going to be there. Well, not all, but one of them should be there.
The Jags should definitely.
I could see the Seahawks going Cooper right now, but they don't have Pete Carroll anymore, man. Who's running that ship? Some asshole?
Hopefully not an asshole.
Mike McDonald, the
That sounds like a
defensive
douchebag.
coordinator for the Ravens last year.
Okay, never mind. I love him.
he came from Baltimore.
Yeah, he came from Baltimore. I love him. I love John Harbaugh, bro. If John Harbaugh ever goes to a different team and he doesn't go to the Dolphins,
All right,
I
I'll be
will
right back.
boycott that team.
So, this is definitely a D line pick for them.
I could see that totally. I think Dallas Turner goes here right now. I don't think
Yes.
them taking
Or
Jerzon
Byron
Newton.
Murphy.
I don't think they're going to take either of those guys. They have such a need. Let's pull it up for the folks. So the Seahawks.
Yeah, edge is their biggest need.
So the Seahawks have Jaron Reed,
Honestly,
who is like an 8-year player, undrafted at defensive tackle. They also have Leonard freaking Williams, who's been solid his whole career. And they have Boye Mafe, who was very good last year. On the other side, they have Uchenna Nwosu, who's spent about 6 years in the league. He's had some times of being okay. So, like, it's not that they don't need edge, but
I would go Jared Verse
man,
over Dallas Turner.
Kobe Bryant only played like 6 games for them last year and was horrible. And Rayshawn Jenkins has had a mediocre career, though. I think safety would make so much sense for them. So much sense. Tyrell Dotson finally broke out last year at linebacker. They have Jerome Baker now, who, as Dolphins fans, we know how dope he is. Their corners look very good. They got Michael Jackson. They got Tariq Woolen. And Devon Witherspoon in the slot was like a top 5, top 10 player at the position.
Yeah, no, their defense was elite last.
Free safety is the worst position on their defense right now. Like,
And they're
hands
definitely
down.
gonna know how to draft them.
And that's Cooper DeJean all day.
That's probably why he was like. I mean, I know finding a head coach is hard, but like he definitely was okay with taking the Seahawks with that defense coming up like they are.
All right, I think the Colts
so
might
young,
have the dopest hat so far. The Dolphins haven't picked, and they definitely have the dopest hat, but like the Colts might have the dopest hat so far. Honestly, Austin,
You gotta check out the hats on the Pat show. that
I'm
he's,
not
showing.
trying to hate, but I don't think that your colors really like shine through that hat as well as most of these teams that like have something besides dark blue and silver. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to hate at all. Like, I'm just saying, like, the star and everything, like, your hat doesn't pop as much as some of these other teams.
That star is pretty crispy.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying the colors, the color scheme.
On your head, that little sunburst shit.
The color scheme, like, dude, you'll see the Dolphins one at 21 whenever we pick. I think the Steelers one's going to be dope, though. Like, the Steelers one might be the best hat. Them or the Rams. Their colors are just so good. Bengals one's probably going to be dope. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll be here with you all night, people. It's already 10 o'clock, and we're only 16 picks in, so let's hope that these picks start going a little bit faster. Need more pizzazz.
Go to Tulsi Rose Tea at tulsirosetea.com for all your tea needs.
Oh, and we're back.
So, Justin, you just missed it, but I was just talking about the Colts hat and how freaking fresh and fiery it looks. And it looks pretty damn fresh and fiery.
Fresh and fiery. Well, we like that, don't we? Fresh and fiery is always
Colts
good.
gear. I just got a new Colts jersey, so I want a hat to go with it. You hear me now? That's a lucky hat. If I've ever
that's a
heard
good
one.
call. You do have a new fresh Colts jersey. Shout out Tulsi Rose Tea.
tulsirosetea.com for all your tea needs.
TulsiRoseTea.com.
Make sure you get them subscribers up so y'all can get a jersey.
Yeah,
the
that's
boys.
right. For those that are listening right now, if you're not currently subscribed, make sure you do, because at 500, which we are 1/5 of the way there currently, we're going to be doing a giveaway where we're going to give away any jersey on the NFL shop you choose. We got a jersey for you. just go ahead and subscribe. Make it public.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. They might win it, but so don't tell too many friends so that you can win it.
The pick for Seattle is in.
Yeah, DT, Byron Murphy. Come on, boy.
Is that your guess?
No. I would, me personally, would take Jared Verse.
Oh, so are you out here on these Twitter streets now too?
No, I already
I
called
think
that.
the pick should be Cooper DeJean.
You can listen
we
back.
just
You
we
can
were
listen
just
back.
evaluating their team. Their defensive line is quite solid. They have Boye Mafe that they took undrafted last year. No, I'm sorry, second round last year, and he had a great 2 years ago. He had a great season last year. They also have Leonard Williams, Jerron Reed, who's mediocre at best, but they're not going to take defensive tackle at this point. I think Dallas Turner could help them, but honestly, Uchenna Nwosu has been very solid as well.
Jared Verse, my guy.
Kobe Bryant, fourth round.
That's the best talent left on
years
the
ago.
board, bro. You got to watch film. You got to analyze.
We
these
did
guys.
watch the film, brother.
I know you did, but like, did you see Jared Verse?
Did you see Dallas
Versatile.
Turner put up 11 sacks on the same field as Justin Ibogabi?
Ibiagabi.
I don't think that you're right. The
was
same
right.
field. I love your confidence. The same field as Justin Ibogabi, and he still put up 11 sacks. Did you see that? Because that's what I saw.
Ibiagabi.
I saw Jared Verse being the only dude out there, and he put up 11 sacks with nobody else taking any sacks from him. So that's my point. Dallas Turner also showed up for the combine. Showed up hard.
Yeah, I get that, but like, game speed, boy, and
Game speed
Just
only
an
matters
animal.
for wide receivers.
Dallas Turner is the more well-rounded pass rusher of the two, whereas Jared Verse to me is more specifically speed rusher. Dallas has more tools in the bag to work with, in my opinion. But Latu going as the top edge rusher, to me, that does make sense. He is the most intriguing of the three.
Yeah. Who do you think? Shoot, do they restock at quarterback?
Who, Seattle?
Yeah,
No.
No, the pick.
Gino's in it for the long
They
run.
have Kenny Pickett too.
Yep.
Oh, they got Pickett. Nice.
No.
Pick up.
No, Pickett went to the Eagles. They got Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Okay. Honestly, better.
Yeah, I'd rather have Sam Howell than Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's them,
No,
I
that's huge,
understand
though.
they
Yeah,
had the
I
number
like
2
Sam
pick
Howell.
and they knew they were probably bringing in a quarterback, but Sam Howell did not look bad enough to me to just immediately bail on that.
To not
Oh,
get
he
Jaden Daniels.
Look like to get some
No,
more pieces
like I
around
said,
him.
I understand that.
He's
So at that
pretty
point, it's
solid.
like, whoa, this is a clear upgrade, like Jaden Daniels or Drake May. But I would have still kept him on as a backup with his cheap contract.
All right. Seahawks picks in. They're
It
playing
is.
the music.
I know who it is.
Don't say.
It is.
You're such a cock.
Spurs.
All right. Stop talking. Just say the pick.
All right.
Not
so
you.
The pick,
Not you.
Oh, okay.
You should though. Just give us the
Byron
initials.
Murphy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Good call, Austin.
That was my initial thought.
I
I
don't
didn't
think
even
that they
second
need a
guess
Byron
myself.
Murphy. I thought that Dallas Turner would help them a lot more, or Cooper DeJean.
Bro, I was hoping Byron Murphy would fall for you guys. The
I
Dolphins.
want Jazon Newton. I don't want Byron Murphy.
Well, that's a good call too, though. Those
Yeah,
are
I
both
want the
great
6'2",
pickups.
295 freaking athletic monster at defensive interior.
Yeah, he's something else, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. He's the Nigerian, isn't he?
Oh shit, we got a
He's
trade.
Nigerian.
Oh, we
We
do
gotta
have
trade.
a trade.
The
Jaguars are
Minnesota
trading back
Vikings have
Wow.
acquired pick number 17 in exchange for 23 and 167, which 167 is the 5th rounder they just got from the Jets.
Nice.
So
It's
they
Kansas
picked up
City's fifth rounder too.
Or no, actually, no, 167. It was their own pick. They gave away a fifth rounder, the Jets, to move up. So my bad. Anyways, 23 and 167 in exchange for 17. I think the Vikings are for sure moving up for a cornerback, whether it's Terrion Arnold or Quinyon Mitchell. Would not be shocked to see Terrion Arnold, number 1, Brian Flores, number 2, Alabama. He loves that connection there. Number 3, Terrion Arnold has experience at safety. He was recruited out of high school as a safety and just an overall defensive back. Brian Flores loves versatility. So I would not be shocked to see it be Terrion Arnold here at 17.
Early in the draft process, wow, that Seattle hat's dope as fuck. Early in the draft process, we did have Byron Murphy going over Jerzon Newton, and you even questioned me on our first one, like why I took Byron Murphy, and I said it was based off of his size. He's a little bit heavier of a guy, more of that like defensive tackle guy.
Yeah,
but
he is
man,
bigger.
I have fallen in love with Jerzon Newton's game ever since that first draft.
That's gay.
Listen, man.
So the
Don't
Vikings
say that
pick.
about another man.
I will
Don't-
say I'm not going to say the pick. I will tell you though, shockingly,
Spicy.
it is not a defensive back.
With Cooper being there, that's actually very shocking. I thought that they were going to trade up for that.
With Cooper,
So they take Dallas
Quinyon,
Turner?
and Terrion Arnold all on the board.
So they take Dallas Turner. They need to replace Daniil Hunter.
Yeah, that's who they're coming up for.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Dallas Turner might be one of the best guys on the board still.
But yeah, and I mean, it
Very
makes
true.
sense. He's not going to fall very far. Like, God forbid if Dallas Turner would have fell to 21 to the Dolphins. Like, you sprint to the podium with that
Yes,
one. Like,
straight up.
I've been preaching O-line all year.
Yeah, I would
But
still. I'd be okay.
Latu and Turner were the guys
Either
I was
two.
okay with.
Either of those
I
two.
don't want Jared Verse. I understand what he gives you. I don't want him. I want if with Turner being off the board, it's going to be very hard to swing
Either
me.
Jerzon Newton or offensive line. That's my two.
Literally, yeah. And I don't even know Jerry Newton because of how much Weaver is just going to want to use the defensive line like a stable. Who do the Vikings have at corner, though? Like, I understand that you need pass rush, but, like, you brought in Andrew Van Ginkel. Like, I understand he's not Daniil Hunter, and he's probably not Dallas Turner at all, but do they have anybody to defend the pass?
I mean, Dallas Turner's there to defend the pass. What do you mean? You're saying
Is he
like
gonna be
in the
guarding wide
defensive
receivers
back?
down the
I
field?
got you. I mean, there's two ways to defend the pass. It's with pressure or coverage.
Your
Sometimes
pressure
you
needs to
gotta go
be
with coverage.
elite if your coverage is absolute trash.
I mean, Dallas Turner, elite.
But that's the problem with the
Yo,
Vikings,
that
though, is we saw
yellow
them
and
get in.
purple?
We saw them get in too many shootouts. Oh
Very-
yeah, these
very good call.
draft hats this year are nice.
Yeah, they made a big step up. Picks are going
Man,
a
so
little
now
bit
the
quicker now.
Jaguars move back to number 23, which don't know what they're going to be getting there.
It's funny that they moved back. I mean, I guess they got a little bit more resources, but like, how was the person that they wanted not on the board? Did they want Latu or Byron Murphy that bad that they were willing to not get Dallas Turner? They need edge so bad. Dallas Turner's just happy to be playing with Jay Jetta, the original JJ.
I mean, and you spoke to it with the Cardinals about how, or the Bears, about how they could have done like the Texans and get their quarterback of the future and their defensive guy. Not necessarily of that same level, but it's the same thought process.
Before tonight, Dallas Turner was expected to be one of the first defensive players off the board.
He was,
For him
he
to
was
go at
projected
17,
number 8 to
Yes.
Atlanta forever.
for so long. We only started moving Latu up the board in the past week, maybe week and a half. That like we were like, all right, this guy's special. Like everyone's digging on him super hard.
Yeah, I personally would have gone defensive back just with the. I feel like that's the greater need on their team there, but okay. If I had to give that one a grade, I'd give it a B minus because he's a hell of an athlete, but I still think you could have done better.
What do you grade a B?
That Dallas Turner pick, I give that a B minus.
Really?
Yeah, just because, like I said, I think it would have been better to go defensive back.
They got Van Ginkel and they got Jonathan Greenard. I think you're totally right. Like if they took Jerzon Newton, I think it would have been a better pick for them because Jihad Ward is old and shitty, and Harrison Phillips is subpar at best. So like I totally agree. They also don't need safety help and they don't need linebacker help. So like increasing their front seven doesn't make a lot of sense whenever their cornerbacks are so trash. Kenyon Mitchell's there, Cooper DeJean's there to kind of play wherever you need him to play. Like Jerzon Newton would have been the defensive player I would have taken for them easily.
So the Bengals pick at 18 is
An unknown to the public as of right now.
posted. Not to the public, to you.
Yes, to me and the rest of the public. All the old people without the Twitter screeds. I love that we're still calling it Twitter, even though it's been X for like 6 months.
Well, yeah, that's where so many people like call it like Twitter, X, like things like that. Looks like we lost Austin.
I mean, was he ever really here? Just kidding. Austin's given actually quite a bit of good, intelligent breakdowns. He called Byron Murphy to Seattle. That was his pick for them.
He did. Yeah, it's been X for like a year and a half, but everybody still calls it Twitter.
I mean, what am I Xing out here or am I tweeting? You know what I'm saying?
You're sending an X. X marks the spot.
That sounds stupid. I'm just saying.
Oh, I just sent some buried treasure.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what all the tweets are.
What are you thinking the Bengals are doing right here at 18? Since you don't want to know, and obviously I'll give you a sound if you're correct or not.
They are going offensive line so heavy. I would say Troy Fontenot, Amarius Mims, or Graham Barton. I really hope it's the first two. I really hope it's Troy Fontenot. I love the guy. I think he would be a great asset for us, but I want Graham Barton so bad. And I think that the next two teams could also go offensive tackle. That's scary. I really want the Rams to go defensive line. I think that them going Jared Verse would make me super happy because that would open up Graham Barton for us.
Yeah,
Brian Thomas is about to fall into the 20s, though. That's crazy. He's so good.
Yeah, but he's been projected to the Steelers so many times now.
Yeah, but the Steelers don't take first-round wide receivers. They haven't since Santonio
right, so
Holmes back in 06.
The Bengals pick is in. Jared Verse, Chop Robinson, Troy Fatanu, Quinyon Mitchell, Brian Thomas Jr., Graham Barton, Terrion Arnold. Nate Wiggins is still there. Tyler Guyton.
So
Kool-Aid.
I still need
Tavondre Sweat.
Amarius Mims, Cooper DeJean, Tyler Guyton, Nate Wiggins, Jerzon Newton, and Adonai Mitchell to go in this draft. They were all projected to be back half picks anyways, but I would really like for all of them to go. That would make me quite happy.
Where the Jaguars are picking at number 23, that pick went from Cleveland to Houston to Minnesota to Jacksonville.
That's awesome. Nobody wants to pick there.
That pick has been traded so
around the
many
world. Amarius
before-
Mims. Wow.
Correct. Amarius Mims. It makes sense. Like you said, offensive line. He's a great
we get shit
prospect
for giving the Bengals Amarius Mims?
It was. I believe it was the Steelers fans that gave us the most shit for Amarius Mims because he only started 9 games and we're not taking him that high and yada yada. Yeah, okay, well,
yeah, he just went 18
he's also
Steelers fans.
He's a mountain of a man, and there were certain reasons aside from injuries,
yes,
that he didn't play as much as you probably would have liked.
6'7", 340.
He was at Georgia, where their offensive linemen have been being drafted like crazy the last couple of years.
Freaking anchor. And the man played a lot of right tackle. A lot of right tackle in his career. Do they they still have Mixon, or did they let him go? Where's Mixon playing?
Mixon went to Houston.
That's right. Oh my god.
They have Chase Brown.
Win the Super Bowl.
They had Chase Brown. Bro, Houston's going to be a very popular pick.
Yeah. You guys gonna go on the 11th to the party?
Don't know. Gotta see if Emily can get off work or not. Because if she can't get off work, she won't be home from work until like 2.
Gotcha.
So
I mean, that's kind of when it's starting.
Like 4.
And it's supposed to be like an all-night thing where everyone
Yeah, I don't know if I'm trying to stay the night
cuddles.
with my kids.
Yeah, that sounds,
Because then that means I've got to wake up and deal with my kids in the morning while everybody else is still trying to sleep in and keep them quiet.
That's not true. That's not true.
You see, you can't say Nana.
You just let him
go. No, I
just
can't.
let him go wild.
No, me mentally, I cannot.
Oh, I feel
I
that.
can't.
I feel that.
Like
I would be the same
have
way. I'd be the
other
same
people
way.
taking care of my children while I'm there. So
wow. Bengals are out there just shaking
rest.
hands and kissing babies about that Amarius Mims pick.
Bro, the Rams are picking in the first round right now for the first time in what feels like 76 years.
Yes, a century almost.
Like the first round pick the Rams have ever made in the history of first round picks. Rams are going with Spencer
2016.
Rattler.
2016. I know you're talking shit.
I was hoping Austin would be on for that one. He'd be like, what? Austin just dipped out on us. No goodbye or nothing.
That's what being a father looks like of 2 young boys.
The twins will probably do that to you. I don't know about that life, but
Hey, I'm just saying, he's got 2 potential first-round picks right there. He's got to do what he's got to do.
The minimum 3rd round picks. We're going day 2.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We're not going for day 3.
Undrafted,
Undrafted, that's not us.
We're going day 2.
Just a little update for those 6 viewers that we have. Thank you for joining us. We've had a total of 42 people come in at different points into this live stream. So Thanks for sticking with us to the end.
You guys are troopers.
Yeah,
Great
a
viewers.
minute 33. Are they going to mess up because they don't understand how the first round works and that they're supposed to pick? The pick is in. All right, just in the nick of time.
We're not used to doing this.
Yeah.
What is this?
Wow, first time since 2016. That is so long that they have not had a first round pick.
The Rams are taking.
Do you think they fucked this up?
No, they the pick's in.
And you don't think they fucked it up? So then that means they took Troy Fontenot.
Man, after the trades moving up to 10 and then moving up to 23, the Vikings have just 3 picks for 2025, a first-round pick and 2 fifth-round picks for next year.
Wow. All in on
That's
this
it.
season for whatever
you better
reason.
Fucking pray JJ McCarthy and Dallas Turner are everything that you drafted them for.
Yeah.
All right, so any guesses on who Rams are going with here?
Troy Fontenot.
Troy Fontenot?
Yeah. Or Cooper Eugene.
Nope.
All right, then they're going Jared Verse.
Yep. Jared Verse is going to be the pick for the Rams at pick number 19 in the first. That's okay. Like, you lose Aaron Donald, like, you're rebuilding your pass rush. Like, I get it. It's not like they have any absolute glaring needs. If a quarterback like Bo Nix or Michael Penix were on the board here, it would have been a little intriguing because of, how long is Matt Stafford going to give you? But okay, that's cool. Good for the Rams. Jared Verse will look dope in the Rams uniforms. The guy just fills out a football jersey. Coach, the Finns are on the clock in 2 picks. What are we thinking here? For the most part, for everything that's been mocked to the Finns,
Graham Barton.
we've got our picks here.
Graham Barton. Or Drazon Newton. Either one of them makes me happy. I wouldn't be upset with Troy Fontenot, but I would be way happier with the other 2. Jared Verse. So we're 19 picks in, and we've had 4 defensive players taken.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Amarius Mims was kind of thrown in the middle there, but yeah, we've had a good bit of defensive guys here go lately. Let's see. We had Dallas Turner at 17, Byron Murphy at 16, Latu at 15, and Verse at 19 makes 4. That's insane. All right, so what do you think Steelers do here? Brian Thomas Jr. is on the board. Is Brian Thomas Jr. going to fall to the Bills at 28?
If he's there at 21, I do not want us to take him, but I wouldn't be that upset with it.
Brian Thomas to the Dolphins, I wouldn't be near as mad at that as I would Xavier Worthy, but I'm still just on the train. Like, we do not need a wide receiver with our first round pick this year. Like, it's a luxury, but it's getting too cute with it, in my opinion.
If we traded back and got more picks in the second or third and got Brian Thomas, I'd be more happy. But with the limited picks that we have, wide receiver, Austin said it earlier, we have one of the best wide receiver duos in the fucking league. Going wide receiver doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense at all to me.
No.
Not in the first round.
No.
Honestly, not in the second. Like, that's where I think trading back and picking up a third or a fourth round pick, that's where you target your wide receiver.
But with the way that these trades have been going, you're not going to get a third or a fourth. Like, if we trade back now, we're going to get like a fifth or a sixth. And at that point, like, is it even worth it? I'd rather just pick whoever's there for us.
Like, the Vikings traded a fifth and a sixth because they only gave up a second for next year.
Yeah.
To where if the Vikings gave up nothing for next year, then that's when you do talk about seconds and thirds for this year.
Yeah.
So because they threw in a second for next year to move up one spot, and that's the thing too, it's all about how many spots are these teams coming up for.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we're not letting the Bills move up to 21 to get whoever they want. I love how everyone had the Bills moving up into the top 15.
I would hate it for this because us as Dolphins fans doing this 3-hour live stream that we're doing here. But to me, I would love a trade out to 33 with Carolina. Somehow pick up 33 and maybe one of their thirds, or even 33 and 39, and move back and gain. You should be able to get significant amount of picks.
Absolutely. And we'd be able to get a lot of value at 33 and 39, plus our own second round pick as well.
All right. So the pick is in for the Steelers.
Did they take Graham Barton? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you. I think that's the pick for us. They probably took Fatanu. They might have taken Jason Newton.
Which ones did you say?
Fatanu or Jason Newton is probably who they picked.
It's one of those two.
Yeah. I'm going to say Fatanu. I know that they have a pretty big need at tackle right now. All the Steelers fans were pretty vocal on telling us how much we didn't know about their team and how much they didn't need a center, even though their center is Nate Herbig. Oh, I'm sorry. They said that they did need a center, but their center is Nate Herbig. And Nate Herbig actually looks really solid at, like, potentially being able to play center, but he never played center before.
All right, so where are the Dolphins going?
Graham Barton. You've been calling it all offseason that was the most versatile offensive lineman, and that's what we need on the offensive line. We need versatility. We don't need any one position. We need all of them to be able to be solid enough that whenever they get hurt, this guy comes in.
I don't know why. I just have such a feeling like if it's not a trade back, it's going to be Jerry Newton. Like,
yeah,
I don't know why.
I would not be upset. I would not be upset at all. I love him.
You lost Christian Wilkins.
Exactly.
You've got to rebuild that defensive line.
And like we just said, Graham Barton doesn't start on our offensive line.
Mike McDaniel has said himself, Greer, he said in a press conference, Chris Greer will get irritated with me at how much I'm asking him to draft defensive ends and defensive linemen. Like, he wants all the pass rushers and defensive linemen. Because he understands as an offensive play caller, that is what is going to disrupt my plays calls more than anything. So I want that on my defense. So I'd understand it, but I do think there's other ways we need to go with it. All right, so this is where looking at these picks does get kind of upsetting because now I'm going to get... Yeah, Washington with Fatanu going off the board to Pittsburgh. That means 3 offensive players from Washington go in the top 20. Their left tackle, their wide receiver, and their quarterback.
What did you just say? Repeat that.
3 Washington offensive players have gone in the top 20.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Penix is still shocking. Penix will be the pick after tonight that everybody's discussing on social tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't believe that they did that. Like, they
it
fucked
makes
up
no
so
sense.
bad. Like, all right, Steelers with the dopest hats. so far. I'm assuming. I haven't seen it yet, but man, this hat's probably going to be sick.
Oh my God. Somebody tweeted out from Any Given Sunday a picture of Dennis Quaid and Jamie Foxx and said, "This is Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. next year."
I love that. I love that so much. That's
Especially
awesome.
because Willie Beeman rocks the do-rag
Yeah,
under
yeah,
his
yeah.
helmet
Yeah.
like Michael Penix does.
Yeah. Beeman, Willie Beeman. Cam Hayward, man of the year. Making the pick. Does that mean it's going to be a defensive player?
I don't know what's going to happen here. I truly have no idea where the Dolphins are going with this. I
Do
want
me a favor. Do me a favor.
Barton or a trade back.
Don't ask me and don't tell me. I would really like to watch it live.
I'm not going to say a word for this one.
Yeah, okay.
I might not be able to hide my reaction because I wear my emotions on my face.
That's fine.
But I will do my
fine.
best.
I just won't look at you. I'm used to that.
I'm stressed.
I'm not. I think that there's two players that I really want right now on the board, and I don't think that they do a Noah Igbenogany or a Charles Harris move on us at all. Like, we actually have two guys on the board that everyone's pounding the table for.
Charles Harris was way more egregious than Noah Igbenogany. Like,
True.
Noah was the
True.
third of 3 first-round draft picks, and that was a pick to, hey, let's give Brian Flores something to be happy about.
And he wasn't happy.
Tua and Austin Jackson.
And he wasn't
And
happy.
Was he ever?
No, that
Like-
was his
like,
whole
that's
problem.
the thing.
If the
Was he
man would
ever-
just smile a little bit, he'd still be coaching the Dolphins right now.
And now Brian Thomas Jr. is still there. Like,
We've made the playoffs
I don't
3
know.
years in a row because of
don't know,
Brian
man.
Flores. Or did we not make the playoffs for the last year? But we at least had winning seasons the last 3 years in a row because of Brian Flores. And he's still gone. Still coaching for Minnesota.
well, I don't know if the last 2 were because of Brian Flores.
Well, no, I'm just saying we wouldn't have been 3 in a row if it wasn't for Brian Flores.
Oh, well, no, you got to win the first one
Yeah,
to
thank you.
be able
That's
to
my
start
point.
the streak.
Hey, fins up, baby. Fins up.
Oh, man. You know, this is where I kind of hope the Finns have terrible seasons. That way we pick in the top of the draft. So I don't
No,
have to
never
do this.
again. Never
So I
again.
don't have to do this. 'cause
Never
this is
again.
stressful.
We take amazing talent at 21 plus. I don't even want to be drafting at 21 next year. I wanted to be drafting at 32, like the Chiefs. Like, yeah, we don't even need these motherfuckers.
yeah,
we're
let's
straight.
trade these first round picks. They're
We're
basically
straight.
second rounders.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
just
say
want us
it
to
here.
have all of our picks not forfeited next
I'm gonna
year.
say it here.
That's my goal for next year.
I don't know. I think the Dolphins might be looking at a trade back. Like, I'm not seeing anything on the stream here.
Who's number 24? Is that a freaking Byron jersey that dude was wearing? That guy needs to get thrown out.
All right, so the Dolphins pick is in. The Dolphins, I don't think the Dolphins are leaking anything. Like, the Miami
Good.
Dolphins Twitter account
Tight.
tweeted that the pick is in, but nothing has leaked.
Tight. That's what I'm talking about. 20 teams, bunch of leaks. We are tight, except for, of course, Tyreek Hill, who keeps talking about, what the coach has said to him. What do you think
the
on
pick
that?
is in, so
let's talk about that for a moment.
We know we're not trading out.
What are your thoughts on Tyreek Hill and talking about what Mike McDaniel said to him after the playoff game that we lost?
I love it.
You love him saying that to the media, or you loved Mike McDaniel saying that to Tyreek?
Well, I mean, now Tyreek saying that out loud to the media, it's not that shocking that he says it
No,
because
because he has his own fucking podcast and can't
not
keep
even
his
that,
damn
but he
trap
is-
shut.
Well, he is like more of an open guy too, but it's also I didn't take it as him saying it as
A
I'm
negative.
bitching that I got called out. I'm
Agreed.
taking it as this is how good our relationship is.
And this is who
That
my
he
coach
can
is.
call me out, and it actually gives me fire to do better. Like he said, he was like, "You better believe ain't nobody gonna jam me like that again in the future."
Yeah.
He was like, "If you're calling me out and like questioning my manhood for getting jammed up at the line all damn night, which I was," he was like, "I got you." Like, so, like, I love him calling him out and I love his reaction to it. But it's like people were comparing it with the Brian Flores and Tua stuff.
Not even close.
There's also a way to go about these things that you say. And I don't think Brian Flores came at it with the thought of,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
let
make
me
you
call
better.
you out, but in a friendly way. Also, if you don't have that relationship to begin with,
He never
you
built the
calling
relationship.
me out's going to piss me off versus me taking it as constructive criticism.
So I agree with what you're saying in that I like that Mike McDaniel said it to Tyreek. I love that he said it to him. You're the highest paid wide receiver in the league. You're supposed to be the best fucking player. How are you letting this happen? I don't like that Tyreek Hill has his own podcast and that he's out here talking on everyone else's podcast. Now, AB tried his damnedest to push him into a little corner and like get him to shit on all these top wide receivers, and he wouldn't. And I appreciate him for that.
The Dolphins pick
Don't
is
say
in.
it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't do it. You're upset a little bit, so it's Xavier worthy, but don't fucking say it. If we took a cornerback or a wide receiver, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. Damn it. You just texted that I'm pissed, and I can't look now at the group chat either. Fuck. All we had to do was take Graham Barton or Jazon Newton. That's all we had to do. What are we doing? You wouldn't have been pissed if we took Cooper DeJean either. If we took Quinyon Mitchell, I'm going to be so fucking livid.
Let me say, I get it, but I'm not entirely happy with it. Now, I will also say this. I have seen this mocked.
That doesn't make me any happier. Every mock I've watched besides ours of the Dolphins is dog shit. Like, every single one of them is dog shit. Every one of them has us taking fucking Nate Wiggins and fucking all these cornerbacks and wide receivers. Like, those are our needs whenever we have Kendall Fuller and fucking...
Well,
Don't say it. Give me like 35 seconds. Or longer. Nope, I heard the music. I have to come all the way down here for Chop Robinson.
have you seen the pick?
Yeah.
Yep. 21 Miami Dolphins are selecting Chop Robinson with Phillips and Bradley Chubb being hurt a lot. Gives you that third pass rusher. He dominated the combine, but
He's undersized,
it's hard,
bro.
It's hard for me to not be irritated by that.
Yes. It's not a position of need. It's the first round. We have to take best player available. Jazon Newton, Graham Barton, best players available that
Like
fill our needs.
6'3", 254, like he's your basic prototypical like edge rusher size. Like I said, 4.48.
But he's not going to have the impact that Hutch had his first year. He's not going to have the impact that Myles Garrett has on a team. Like, and I get we're picking him at 21, but like, dude, we have so many needs. Graham Barton,
with all the O linemen still on the board, like you had your choice between Graham Barton, JPJ. Now I know all the offensive tackles are gone,
but those are the two that we needed. We need interior help, and Graham Barton can play outside too. All right. Well, let's bring it back. Get it hyped again. Eagles are on the clock. They basically crush every single draft, so they're going to go ahead and take Cooper DeJean.
All right. And yeah, I mean, everybody on all these media people on the Twitter streets, it's a major need. Like, I understand Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips both had season-ending injuries at the end of the year, so there is some type
argument.
of
And we lost Van Ginkel. If Van Ginkel was still there, then it wouldn't be as much of a need. But losing Van Ginkel...
Everybody and their mother, if it wasn't O-line, they were mocking defensive line or most of the time pass rusher for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And Chop Robinson was the top pass rusher on the board, and I've seen that mocked quite a bit.
I'd be happy.
Most of the time, I've seen that mocked with the Dolphins trading back and taking Chop Robinson,
which I would have liked, because I think that he would have been there.
Yeah.
The guy was not projected to be
you
a
at
first
this
rounder.
point now, you absolutely like when you have Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, you throw in the athlete that Chop Robinson is. Jalen Ramsey, Kendall Fuller, Javon Holland, like you've got a squad on D. You brought in Jordan Brooks. It's so hard for me now because you've got to absolutely those 2 third-round compensatory picks that are coming back to you next year. To me, I think you have to move up. Like you have to move up and take an offensive lineman now. Man, all right. So let's see. Are the Eagles looking at doing anything right here? We ain't got nothing for the Eagles yet. They're still on the board.
He does run a 4.4, and he's 6'2".
Well, his measurements at the combine put him at 6'3". So he's probably 6'2" and 7/8.
I mean, with Shaq Barrett, like we do have a very good rotation where like our defensive line is going to be able to hold off all these quarterbacks in our, like Aaron Rodgers is going to be running for his life. Josh Allen's going to be contained. Freaking Drake May is going to have a hell of a time trying to get it downfield. So I feel building out the pass rush, and Greer does tend to hit on these guys, and Chop Robinson, besides Dallas Turner, was the most athletic defensive lineman in the draft. Like, hands down. But the guy is projected to go in the 30s and 40s. Why not trade back a little bit? Like, I wasn't even sure that Chop Robinson was going to go in the first.
My whole thing is it wasn't a wide receiver that I just know we don't need in the first round. But it wasn't a corner who I know we do not need in the first round at all.
So I'm happy there. I'm happy there. It's defensive line or honestly, offensive line.
I think what pisses me off more is that Graham Barton, the guy that I've had my eyes and heart set on all offseason,
is there. And now he's going to go to
JPJ before. And so I would have been okay with JPJ as well. But with Barton still on the board for me, it's so hard for me to just get absolutely jacked about this pick. Mm-hmm. Now, the pick is in for the Eagles. It is a defensive back. But
you can just tell me. I don't care anymore.
Quinyon Mitchell.
Nice. First defensive back off the board.
Yep. Well, so Quinion Mitchell coming off the board. First defensive back, first corner coming off the board here. Not mad at that. That's all Eagles fans. All we kept getting in our mentions on the Eagles video was they don't need corners. Eagles are fine at corner. Eagles definitely aren't drafting a corner. Well, the Eagles drafted a corner.
Now, we didn't have them taking Quinion Mitchell,
Literally,
but we definitely had them taking a corner a lot.
At pick number 20, at all of Dolphins Twitter is you have Fatanu or Barton. Fatanu or Barton. Guaranteed Fatanu or Barton.
I mean, Fatanu was gone.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying that before the Steelers picked Fatanu.
Yeah.
But that's where they were saying you're guaranteed one of these two guys. And we go Chop Robinson.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm more irritated than anything. Like, I know I'll get over it and I'll be pumped by it. And as soon as he starts making plays, nobody's going to fucking care. They're all going to be talking shit about it. But I mean, yeah, it's irritated as hell.
Like I said, our rotation's going to be on next level at this point. And like you said earlier in the draft, that's what our defensive coordinator wants. He wants defensive-minded linemen. Like, he wants D-line all day, every day. All right. Dolphins trade up to pick number 23 to take Graham Barton.
Vikings need picks for next year.
It's the Jags.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Damn it.
They already traded away all their picks to get that one. The Eagles do this every year where they end up getting like one of the first players at a certain position, like the best player at that position. They did it last year whenever they got that defensive tackle.
Jordan Davis, yeah.
Yeah. Do this every year, bro.
This is the first time since 2002 that the Eagles have used a first-round pick on a corner. And I mean, the Dolphins brought in Shaq Barrett as well. So, I mean, you've got Shaq Barrett and Chop Robinson
coming off the bench.
And I mean, do we know the timeline for Chubb and Phillips? Like, are they ready for week 1? Because I don't think they are.
Looks like. So he sustained an injury in week 17.
Dude, Brian Thomas Jr., you watch, he's just going to end up falling in the Bills' lap at 28.
Yeah, it's projected to be like an 11, almost 12 month. So no, I mean he's not projected to be back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with Barrett and Chop Robinson, it does make some sense because it gives you insurance.
I
For
have
your
seen
two top
Jalen
pass
Phillips
rushers.
already walking around, so he's not like in a walking boot anymore. So he's rehabbed enough where he can start building strength back up and doing all that.
The pick is in for the Jaguars at 23.
Cooper DeJean?
Nope.
Who is it?
Brian Thomas Jr.
Wow. Wow. Love that for them. They let Ridley go and they get Brian Thomas. That's huge. We're going to get such a bad draft grade on this draft, on the real, like, actual draft. Well, if you've been here for the whole 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 47 seconds, we love you.
We love the shit out of you. So I know we keep going back to the Dolphins, but hey, we're Dolphins fans. We're at the end of the draft here, and we're just going to kind of keep going back to it. With the thought process of Phillips and Chubb not being back, let's just say theoretically week 8. They're out till week 8, halfway through the season. When they do come back, your stable of pass rushers is probably the best in the league.
The rotation is unreal, and that's what the Ravens have always been. It's never been that we have this premier guy that always is on the field like a TJ Watt.
Justin Madubuike, like the guy they just re-signed, their defensive tackle, he played most of their the most snaps of their defensive linemen last year, and he only played, I believe it was some crazy number, like 43 to 63% of the snaps.
That's not very much.
No, when you compare it to somebody like Christian
80.
or like Christian Wilkins, who was literally playing like 90% of the snaps.
Yeah.
So you do the Moneyball aspect, like you just get a bunch of different people to replicate that production.
And they did get a bunch of people in the offseason after we got our defensive coordinator that I'm assuming fit his scheme. He had a bunch of guys that he likes that can do the things that he wants. I think that the Jaguars just got a lot better on offense. This was not a big need for them. They really need.
You lose Calvin Ridley, you pull up Brian Thomas Jr. and you picked up picks to do it. Like,
yeah,
cool.
The fact that they got Brian Thomas at 23 is kind of nuts to me. Brian Thomas was easily a top 15 guy in my opinion. Easily.
Yeah. Like we said, we understood the Colts pick with Latu, but
I had them taking Brian Thomas so often.
I mean, but Latu, like when you're just comparing the prospects, Latu is so much of a higher prospect than Brian Thomas Jr.
Because
was.
it's more of a premier position. Defensive end is so much harder to hit on. First round wide receiver is like
not even just defensive end, but just like pass rusher. That's why like edge has become a position, and defensive ends have been relegated to D line.
Yeah.
To where unless you're like your position is to rush the passer, you're listed as a D lineman.
Yeah.
So let's see, Brian Thomas Jr. off the board here.
Cowboys are on the board. They would have loved for Brian Thomas to fall to them. That would have been a dope receiving core. CeeDee Lamb and Brian Thomas.
No, you know what? The Cowboys are going to take fucking Graham Barton.
Oh man, that's gonna
I'm going
piss
to be
me
pissed
off.
off.
That's gonna piss me
It's
off.
going to piss
so much.
Austin off.
Yeah, it is. He wants a wide receiver
Austin
so
got
bad.
so mad at us whenever we mock draft Barton to them. So mad at us. All right. And so who is on the board for us here now?
Cooper DeJean is there. Jazon Newton, Terrion Arnold, Adonai Mitchell, Graham Barton, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jackson Powers Johnson, Troy Franklin.
We've got Dallas, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Arizona with their second pick, Buffalo, Detroit, Baltimore, San Fran, Kansas City. All right, let's see what Dallas does here at 24 for us. Who is going to the Big D? Who's going to the Big D? Don't mean Dallas.
Sarah predicts Cooper DeJean to Green Bay. I think that's a good prediction. We've actually had them. We've had them taking them.
Yeah, I've seen that as like a very popular pick. So just so everybody knows, if you're still here with us, we absolutely appreciate you guys hanging out. We're not going to ride this all the way to the end. After the Packers pick at 25, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. But be sure, if you're still watching or if you're just watching this back just to pop through and see what we did for the night, be sure to comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a free jersey. We're a fifth of the way, 20% of the way there right now. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Let's get these last two picks in, and we're going to see what's up with the what's up. And you know, doing this stream for this long gives you an appreciation to the people that run your morning radio shows that are on there for 3 to 4 hours at a time. And they just have to talk about nonsense. Like, what is your favorite pizza topping? Not pepperoni.
Yeah, the fact that they don't just get to talk about football and they have to figure out something
But
else.
they have to. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's 100% okay for the most part to get off the rails on radio because you've got so much time to fill.
Yeah, like at least we get football to talk about, which is something we can talk about all day, every day.
Man, we have a trade.
Oh,
the
Cowboys
Lions
traded back? That's crazy. We predicted
the
that.
Lions have moved up to 24.
What do you think they're taking at 24? Detroit's doing it for Motor City right now.
Man. Terrion Arnold? Terrion Arnold would make sense to me here. Fucking called it. Terry and Arnold to the Lions.
Nice. Do you know what the picks were?
I don't have that information just yet.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll just force it.
That's a great pick.
It really
Like
is.
you move up 6 spots or 4 spots to go ahead and take the number 1 corner on a lot of people's boards. Like I said, I noted his versatility. Like I love Terry and Arnold's game. I think he's brings that dog mentality to the
Terry
Lions
Arnold
that
got hurt in the combine, right? He like pulled up on his foot or something.
no, that was Nate Wiggins.
Okay.
If the Lions, who have now traded, or the Cowboys, who have now traded back to 24, snag Graham, or 29, snag Graham Barton there, I will flip my shit.
I think we stay in for one more pick. We see what the Packers do, and then we might pack it up ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay here for one more, and then we're gonna call it a night because, you know, we're at the end of the night.
The 43 views that we've gotten tonight. At one point or another, 43 different people have come in to listen to us idiots talk about football, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you.
We do. We really, really do. All right, so the Lions get number 24 and a 7th rounder next year. Cowboys got 29 and picked up number 73.
Not bad.
Would have loved the Dolphins to have made that trade.
Yes.
And then you take Chop Robinson at 29.
Yep, because he'll still be there.
Now, but that's where the Lions didn't see the need to move up because they knew the Dolphins probably weren't going corner. Jacksonville wasn't going corner. And Philly, they knew was going corner, but they were probably okay with either one of the two. So
Lions have been real smart, man, on their draft moves. Like
I love what the Lions have been doing with their drafts.
last year, they won the draft, in my opinion. Why do they have these? Why do they have 4 women on this stage as high school?
I think it's the NFL flag football program.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these like Midwest schools and stuff like that are implementing like girls like flag football leagues.
Yeah, we used to call that the lingerie league.
Well, these kids are in high school, so we probably can't do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do they call it whenever the boys coach and the girls play football for like one game? They do it in high school.
Oh, Powder Puff.
Powder Puff. Yeah, I was a coach for Powder Puff. I love that. Scotty Goffington. Okay. Yeah, they love Terrion Arnold. All right, Green Bay, let's keep that pick. Let's go ahead and just pick the white boy. First white corner / safety.
Oh, man. It is not.
No?
The Packers are drafting Arizona offensive tackle Jordan Morgan.
Wow, I got to go way down the list for that one.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I know he was like a fringe first rounder on a lot of guys' boards. They did lose David Bakhtiari. I don't know if tackle was like an immediate need for them.
Though. Like over Graham Barton? And wasn't Bakhtiari more of a guard?
No, he was the left tackle for him. But, I mean, I get it. I would have gone Cooper DeJean, but I get it. Well, hey, for everybody that stopped by and for anybody that decides to watch this back because you're just an absolute nutcase that's just obsessed with the draft and just consumes all content available.
Needing the football.
We appreciate you guys. At @ProFootball_pod is the social on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We love you guys. TulsiRoseTea.com is the sponsor. Thanks for riding with us. We'll see you guys on Tuesday when we drop our draft grades episode for our favorite draft classes and our least favorite draft classes. So a little bit of stuff there for you before we dive into all of the fantasy shenanigans that we're going to get into later this year. So,
but if you are trying to win your fantasy football championship, we have fantasy champs running this channel right here. Me, Coach, Hulk, Austin, all of us have won championships over the last 4 years. We have 6 combined championships. If you have never won a championship before, it's because you're making the wrong moves. We're going to come out with a 4 dummies fantasy football guide. Make sure to tune in. We will give you guys all the information you need. Love you. Until next time.
peace out. The NFL draft is Christmas time.